We welcome you back to the Steel Yard in Gary, Indiana, the second game of our Arena Sports Network Rail Catch Challenge Twin Bill here on this, what has been a beautiful day on the southern shores of Lake Michigan here in Gary, Indiana. Our second game will feature the Bishop Noll Warriors taking on the Lowell Red Devils. In case you are just joining us and missed the thriller we had in Game 1, it was the Victory Christian Lions with a come-from-behind victory, a 5-4 victory over the Hammond's Gavitt Gladiators by a final score of 5-4, with Victory Christian scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to steal victory from the jaws of defeat over Gavitt. Tough loss for the Gladiators. They probably played their best game of the season so far, certainly on the scoreboard, but when it rains, it pours sometimes, especially early in the season. This is Mark Farina, along with the man, Brian Snow. And Brian, I've talked to a lot of coaches, and one of the things that they've said is that with the weather being what it has been, and especially for the high school kids, not having a lot of opportunities to get out and play outdoors in the springtime, early especially, that really more than anything, it's the hitting that's been affected.
It is the hitting that's been affected because a lot of times the timing has been disrupted, especially without having the opportunity to practice, to get some consistent swings in, and it really just messes them up.
And you can't simulate this indoors in a batting cage. You can simulate so much because it's batting cage type practice.
Right.
It's not against a real pitcher. Even if you got your pitcher throwing in a batting cage indoors, it's just not the same thing as being outside in the elements, dealing with the light, dealing with the wind, all those types of factors. And a guy who's, staring at you from a mound rather than, indoor lighting, that type of thing. So I think we've seen that. We've seen that the hitting has been the biggest victim of the spring weather that we've had so far.
And it takes such a long time for the kids to catch up time-wise. The kids here in the Midwest, and it's not just true of the high school teams, it's also true of the college teams that suffer a lot, missing a lot of games due to weather. We've gone through that so many times already. It just takes a lot of rhythm, and I'll say that word again. We're going to talk about this throughout the course of the game. A lot of rhythm is taken away from the kids when they don't get a chance to get outside on a field, on a mound, to get their practice in.
The Bishop Noll Warriors are, of course, from Hammond, Indiana, just down the road from Gary and the Indiana Toll Road. Lowell Red Devils from Lowell, Indiana. Bishop Noll comes into the game with an overall record of 2-4. They're 1-1 in the Greater South Shore Baseball Conference, while Lowell comes in with an overall record of 2-3, so pretty even. 1-3 for the Red Devils in the Northwest Crossroads Baseball Conference and Athletic Conference. So 2 fairly evenly matched teams, 2 teams which I think are pretty familiar with each other as well in terms of a regional rivalry. And it'll be an interesting ballgame. Will we get the same kind of early pitchers duel between the 2 starting pitchers, and then all of a sudden the bats start to come alive and a couple of key defensive miscues, dictate what winds up being the tempo of the ballgame? It's going to be interesting to see. We had a very entertaining, unless of course you're a Gavitt Gladiator, first game.
We did have a very entertaining game. We're going to go to the public address quickly and pick up the starting lineups for the Lower Red Devils.
coach, Mr. Bobby Wong. He's assisted by Brady Bays and Anthony Wunsch. Our umpires for tonight's game are Mark Elias and William Morrison. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
The famous Joe Jamoke with the lead guitar solo of our national anthem. Francis Scott Key is rolling over in his grave as we speak, as the South Shore train, the rush hour South Shore train rolls by.
All right, with all that foolishness done, he does this to me every time we're here, especially with this version of the national anthem. Let's play ball. Let's meet our starting lineups. Time for our starting lineups presented by Sorrows Ford of Michigan City. For Bishop Noll, they look like this. Leading off is the center fielder, 2 sports star Larry Chrysler. Anthony Cobb bats second at second. Angel Figueroa bats third. He's the shortstop. Willie Torres bats fourth at third base. Nick Thrasher bats fifth. He's in right field. Tony Fendican bats sixth. He'll catch. Evan Pierce bats seventh. He's the designated hitter. The 8th spot is occupied by Spencer Hickey. He's at first. And Jalen Yarbrough bats ninth. He's in left field. That is our starting 9, presented by Sowers Ford of Michigan City, Northwest Indiana's newest Ford Lincoln dealer. Call 219-879-5381 or visit SowersAuto.com. Here's Mark with the American Family Insurance Defense.
And taking a look at the Red Devils of Lowell defense, left to right in the outfield, it'll be Darian Hornicle in left. The center fielder is Logan Schissel, and in right field is Josh Arnold. Your infield third to first of Miles Siedentoff, and the shortstop Zach Bobos. Over at second base, it'll be Reed Holderman, and your first baseman is Jordan Hansen. Starting pitcher is Grant Weinman, a right-hander. Comes in, I don't have his exact record, but he is a big, tall right-hander. He will be DH for, by the way, Mitchell Finnegan will be the DH batting for him. In fact, both pitchers are going to have a DH. Evan Pierce batting for Chandler Cardenas, the starting pitcher for Bishop Noll, and Mitchell Finnegan, the DH, batting for starting pitcher Grant Weinman for the Lowell Red Devils.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I think we are. Both teams have struggled somewhat, but are in their respective division races early in the season. Coach Bobby Wong doing a fine job, as always, with the Lowell Red Devils, and likewise, another outstanding coach, Andrew Ramker, the head coach of the Bishop Noll Warriors.
And speaking of which, Larry Chrysler set to stand in the right-handed batter's box. 2 sports star, also a star on the Warriors basketball team that fell at semi-state this year. The line and the pitch is outside for ball 1, and off we go in game number 2, 7:30 on the dot, Central Daylight Time, as the lights are on here at the Steel Yard in Gary.
I always admire these 2-sport and sometimes 3-sport athletes, and many times scholar athletes as well.
Weinman kicks and fires, delivers a strike, and the count's even 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out, just getting started. Bishop Noll in the road gray uniforms, white numbers trimmed in navy blue. 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul at the plate, and the count's now 1-2.
Kind of a yellow number.
It's a kind of, it's kind of a Vegas gold number that they have.
I think you're right. The wind is kind of lazily blowing crosswind from right to left.
This is a good night Christian Guerrero would love hitting in.
Yeah.
Christian Guerrero, the star of the Railcats. Infield up at the corners. 1-2 to Chrysler. Swinging a bouncing ball headed towards short. Shortstop takes his time. The long throw is high and it gets out of the first baseman's glove.
And that's gonna be an error.
Zach Bobos delivered a high throw and Chrysler reaches on the air.
And he's lucky that his first baseman at least got a piece of it. Otherwise, that ball might have been telegraphed for those seats and would have allowed Chrysler to waltz over to second base. First baseman Jordan Hansen doing a nice job of at least getting a glove on him because the ball was well over his head.
So Anthony Cobb now stands in, the second baseman. Is Chrysler over at first, and he can run. He doesn't hear. Bunt shown, pulled back, taken for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Bishop Noll 2-5 on the year, and Lowell 2-3. A neighborhood rivalry. Especially conference rise, and especially during football here in Northwest Indiana, which is huge. A 1-0 to Cobb. Fastball strike on the outside corner, and the count's even 1-1.
But it's interesting how when you say that about football, it's the puzzle with Indiana University that has never had really much of a football tradition other than their Heisman Trophy winner in Pete Pihos many, many, many years ago.
Many on top of that. Here's a curveball lined into left field for a base hit. Chrysler will make the turn at second, and he'll hold there. So the first 2 reach. The air starts the inning.
And that was a no-doubter, a bullet of a base hit for Anthony Cobb.
And you said the right word, a bullet, an absolute bullet. And that'll send Angel Figueroa to the plate. Bishop Noll looking for their 3rd win of the year.
Right now they come in with a 1-game losing streak.
Well, that's not good. Got to fix that. Chrysler at second, Cobb at first. An error and a hit started the inning.
Lowell comes in with a 1-game winning streak.
And Weinman kicks and deals a bunt foul at the plate, and the count's 0-1.
Can't ask for much nicer spring weather in the evening.
No.
We're very happy
Especially
to be here.
after everything that we've been through weather-wise. We'll take it.
It's our 3rd year, of course.
Yes.
Thanks to the folks with the Gary South Shore Railcats organization.
And they've always done a great job of hosting us, and we appreciate it. From the stretch, Weinman kicks and fires. A bunt out in front of the plate, foul. And the count's now 0-2.
That was a nice double championship for the Salvi family. The owners
Yes,
of both
indeed.
the South Shore Railcats and, of course, the Schaumburg
Boomers.
Formerly the Flyers many years ago.
Yes.
But,
I listen. When I used to live out here in 2010, a bunch of us came here and saw the Flyers play the Railcats. Kind of a fun rivalry they had. The 0-2, bunt, fire. Oh, it's fair. It's a foul ball, and I believe that is an out.
It hit the batter. It hit the batter.
Oh, that's what happened. It hit the batter.
Coming out of the batter's box, he had it bunted probably in fair territory, but then he ran into the ball. So he's ruled out.
So that'll bring Willie Torres to the plate with 1 out in the inning.
I believe the put out would be the catcher in a situation like that.
Weinman delivers home, a bunt up the first base line, dribbling. It stayed fair. And
he tagged him out.
So Torres bunts out, 3 unassisted. Chrysler to third and Cobb to second. And now 2 down in the inning to Nick Thrasher.
And he'd like to thrash a single right
Wouldn't
down.
He'd love to break this one open. Chrysler at third and Cobb at second, and they both can run. 2 out, top of the first. From the stretch, the pitch. Curveball inside, ball 1.
And speaking of the Gary South Shore Railcats, our wonderful hosts here at the Steel Yard, they will open up their defense of the American Association League Championship on May 6th against the team they beat for the championship, the Wichita Wingnuts.
And it's always tough playing the Wingnuts here. Next one's a ball. Woo, man.
And that was a double championship for the Salvi family, who also own, of course, the Boomers, because they won the Frontier League Championship.
They sure
season.
did.
So.
And I believe that went a full 5 games against the Joliet Jammers. Swinging a foul up the first base line, 2-1.
That had to be some fun.
Oh, my gosh.
Fun of the Salvi law offices in Chicago. The champagne was no doubt flowing.
Twice over.
And here in the ballpark and in Schaumburg. 2 beautiful ballparks, by the way. We're very blessed in the Chicago area to have 5 great venues for minor league baseball.
2-1 pitch, grounded out past the pitcher. Shortstop takes it, has time, throws low, and gets away. Chrysler scores. Cobb right behind him. Second error of the inning. The error allows 2 runs to score. 2-0 Warriors.
And again, it's the throw. He picked up the ball cleanly, had time to throw the base runner out, and just threw it away. This time, throwing it in the dirt as compared to the first time when he threw it high.
Zach Bobles with his second error of the inning.
Both runs, of course, unearned.
Exactly. And it's 2-0.
You just don't want to give teams gifts, especially early in a ballgame where they can jump out to an early lead. And if your pitcher's on the mark, then all the more of a struggle.
Fennekin at the plate, throw to first, runner back.
That was a good move to first. He almost got him on the leg, diving back to first. Yeah, 2 errors on the shortstop.
Out of the stretch, Weinman comes home. Fastball outside, ball 1. Remember that place I told you about last week? Valpo Velvet Ice Cream?
Yeah.
I plan to pay him a visit.
We should. We've never turned it down before.
No. No.
That's our problem.
Here's a swing and a pop toward right. Dropping, foul. Right in front of the stands. That'll leave in the count 1-1.
First baseman, if he might have gotten a little bit quicker jump on judging the ball, might have had a shot at that one. Yeah, it's tough, when you step on a scale and a little card comes out and says, 1 at a time, please. Or in my case,
and then repeats the function. I said 1 at a time.
That's right.
We joke as we say that, of course.
Of course, yes.
A ball, a strike, 2 down, 2 in. Turn, throw to first, runner back.
Yeah, I've been using the scale lately not only to weigh myself, but as a fan to cool myself off.
You wonder why I love working with him.
Gotta laugh.
From the stretch, the pitch. Fastball, and it's a hit by pitch. It got a piece of Fennekin, so he's on at first, and the inning continues.
And what has been a strange inning so far.
Very strange.
Particularly if you are the Lowell Red Devils. There's perspective.
Very, very strange.
So the designated hitter, Evan Pierce, will step up, the designated hitter for starting pitcher Chandler Cardenas. The guy who's really got to be upset through this has got to be Grant Weinman.
Because on 2 occasions he should have been out of this inning.
Easily.
Not the case.
We know that name, Whiteman. Remember Burt Weinman Ford up on Addison and Ashland?
Yep. I just hate that a lot of the local dealers have gone by the wayside.
Well,
it's bad.
It's like the local drugstore that you knew.
Local pharmacy
and other types of businesses. Your local bank that you knew people.
Oh yeah,
everybody who lived in the community. You knew the.
Here's the pitch, line caught at third. What a play! Hang a star on that one. Miles Siedentoff makes the catch. 2 runs, a hit, 2 errors in the inning, and 2 men left. We head to the bottom of the first. It is Bishop Noll 2 and Lowell coming to bat. You're listening to the 12th annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge presented by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana. You're hearing it live on the Arena Sports Network.
Have you heard the good news about a company that started 4 years ago and worked at a relentless pace based entirely upon one simple premise? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved? Have you heard the good news that you yourself can share stories about this same theme to others in your community? That place is LaPorteCountyLife.com. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can celebrate a company that had a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can go to a place to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved. Want to see more? Want to read more? Want to hear more? Then go to LaporteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news?
Yeah. Little Peter Gunn to bring us back. Head to the bottom of the first, 2-0 in favor of the Bishop Noll Warriors, and here's the Lowell Red Devils as we have our Sauer Sports starting 9. Logan Sheasley leads off. He'll play center field. Darren Hornicle bats second out and left. Miles Seatontoff bats third at third. Phil Whitman bats fourth. He'll catch. Zach Bobles will bat fifth at short. Jordan Hansen bats sixth at first base. Mitchell Finnegan bats seventh. He's the DH. Reed Holdeman bats eighth at second, and Josh Arnold bats ninth out and right. So your lineup again: Sheasley, Hornicle, Seatontoff, Whitman, Bobles, Hansen, Finnegan, the DH, Holdman, and Arnold. We'll get to the American Family Insurance defense in just a moment, as Logan Sheasley will step in for the Lowell Red Devils in the black tops, red numbers, and gray pants. The pitch to Sheasley they will appeal at first, no swing. It's ball one. Here's the American Family Insurance defense quickly with Mark.
Left to right in the outfield will be Anthony Cobb in left. The center fielder is Larry Chrysler, and the right fielder is Jalen Yarborough.
And out of the stretch, the 1-0 to Sheasley. It's a strike, and the count's even 1-1.
And your infield third to first of Angel Figueroa at third. The shortstop, Nick Thrasher. At second base is Spencer Hickey, and the first baseman is Tony Funniken.
That's going to be a fun name.
Yes.
1-1 is a strike at the outside corner as Chandler Cardenas dealing strikes. 1-2 the count.
And your battery of Chandler Cardenas on the mound, and his catcher is Willie Torres. That's your defense presented by American Family Insurance of Maryville, Indiana.
Swinging a tapper, headed towards second. Second baseman up with it. The toss to first is in time. One down in the bottom of the first inning. Cobb to Hickey.
You can visit and call Joel Drasich at 219-945-3040 or visit DrasichAgency.com and find out how you can get all of your insurance needs under one roof.
I want to thank the folks at American Family Insurance, in particular Joel Drasich, for sponsoring our coverage this year. Fastball way inside as Hornicle had to duck out of the way. Ball one.
Your longtime buddy Joel Drasich.
Yes.
Who has turned into a fine insurance agent broker.
Oh, man, she's been a friend of mine for about 4 years now. The pitch on the way is a fastball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Pardon me.
The lights have taken their full effect now here at the ballpark.
Now it just needs to warm up to about 80 degrees.
No, but I'll tell you what, this is for spring.
For spring, we'll take it. We'll take it. 2-0 pitch inside, 3-0.
What is the temperature, by the way? Can you tell? Do you know?
I'm going to find out. That's the one thing I didn't do.
That's right. Game time temperature.
First pitch was delivered at 7:30. One of the rare things I didn't do. I'm sorry.
That's right.
And you know why? I didn't write it down.
I'll let you get by this time. Don't ever do it again.
Yes, I know. You know why? Didn't write it down this time. Oh, I can tell you the answer right now. It is 64 degrees. It's a strike, and the count's even. The count's now 3 balls and a strike. First pitch time was 7:30. First pitch temperature, 64 degrees. Beautiful. Cardenas winds and fires. Fastball low, ball 4, and Hornicle draws a 1-out walk. And that'll bring up Miles Seatontoff, another Linwood alumnus, to the plate.
Seatontoff, a sophomore, also, besides playing third base, plays some outfield, also a pitcher. And he's one of the guys they're really leaning on this season, expecting big stuff from.
And he can play the field. He can play the infield very well. Seatontoff swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play to the right for strike 1.
He's a 5'10", 200-pound pitcher, third baseman. Last season hitting .373 with 9 doubles, 24 runs batted in. And on the mound, he pitched 33 innings with a 2-2 record, 39 strikeouts, and a 2.30 ERA.
The 0-1 to Miles. Swung on, lifted toward right. Right fielder is on the way, and he's got it. Now a bullet to first is not in time. As Seatontoff lines out to right, 2 down in the inning.
And I'll tell you what, I really don't know what Hornicle was thinking, because that looked like a fairly routine
It did.
fly ball line drive. It wasn't a particularly difficult one for the right fielder to nab, and he almost threw him out at first base, leaning quite a bit towards second.
He was halfway to second when that ball was hit.
Just odd. We've seen a couple of odd base running gaffes in that first game.
2 down in the inning as Cardenas kicks and deals. Swing and a miss against Phil Whitman for strike 1. Oh, have I got a surprising score for you? They've gone to the third period. In fact, they're halfway through the third period in Indy. Atlanta 69, Indiana 58. Swing and a miss for strike 2. On to second goes Hornicle with a stolen base.
It was not a foul tip. And I think Hornicle would have easily stolen second base on that one, either way. It's how odd for everybody to see the NBA playoffs without Boston and Los Angeles Lakers.
Or New York. Or the Knicks.
That's really strange. Oh, I wonder when the last time that happened.
25 years ago, to be exact.
Well,
The 0-2 swung on, slashed foul. Doink! Off the upper facade.
Did that get somebody on the rebound? No, it didn't. He was trying to catch the ball. Looking for a second. He either was ducking out of the way or was being attacked.
Somebody was trying to get out of the way.
Ricocheted back into the seats.
0-2 again. Fastball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cardenas a little bit on the wild side, at least on the high side of his pitches so far. He's already walked one batter here in the first.
1-2. Outside with a breaking ball. Hornicle stays put, and the count's now even 2-2. 2-0 Warriors here in the bottom of the first inning.
But the Red Devils of Lowell are threatening with a runner in scoring position and 2 out.
They need to take advantage of this opportunity here. The 2-2. Fastball inside. Oh, man.
That's right, Peter Lorre.
He finally got me with a Peter Lorre reference.
Yeah,
he finally got me.
I've been meaning to do that, yes.
Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4.
Just missed on the outside.
Oh, man.
That was one of those pitches that we've seen called strike so far.
Second walk of the inning, and that'll bring Zach Bobos to the plate. And this is a young man that would love to make up for the 2 errors he committed in the top of this inning.
Yeah, Bobos really struggled with the throw. Defensively, he picked up the 2 ground balls routinely.
And while we were blinking, Hornicle swiped third base.
That's interesting. I think they're literally blinking on that one.
Runners at the corners, 2 down. Zach Bobos at the plate. Infield, normal depth. Corners are up. The pitch, fastball high, ball 1.
It's another one of those triple trailers that we abhor rolling by FedEx.
Oh, my gosh.
I hate being behind them anytime, let alone if it's in snow or rain or fog. Something you see in Indiana. I don't think you see it in Illinois. I don't know if they even allow it.
There's a swing and a high pop-up. Second baseman calling. Pitcher Cardenas makes the catch. And the inning is over. So Bobos couldn't come through. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base, both courtesy of walks. We're done with an inning. It is Bishop Noll 2 and Lowell nothing. You're listening to the 12th annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge presented by U.S. Tyrant Auto of Gary, Indiana. You're hearing it live on ASN.
Some statistics are surprising, some are unbelievable, and some are simply unacceptable. Right now, nearly 30% of U.S. students aren't finishing high school. Nearly 30%. And that's the average. In many places, it's even higher than that. And fixing it is a responsibility that we all share. This is President Obama, and I urge everyone, not just parents, but friends and neighbors and family members, to take responsibility for encouraging the high school students in your communities, to support them, challenge them, push them a little, and do whatever it takes to help them make it through. Because this is one statistic we simply can't afford to ignore.
You can do your part by going to boostup.org and sending an email, a text message, or even a wake-up call to a student at risk of dropping out. Go to boostup.org and provide the boost that's needed to make it to graduation. A message from the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
feel the groove, folks.
I love Stevie, but the stadium sound system guys playing some Elvis Presley kind of can go either way. Love both of them. Two legends, two Hall of Famers.
Spencer Hickey will lead off the top of the second inning for the Warriors. They lead 2-0, and he takes a pitch inside for a strike, and the count's 0-1. 8-9-1 due for the Warriors. Hickey, Yarbrough, and back to the top of the order in Larry Chrysler. From the Chestine Wineman comes home. Fastball high, and leaving the count 1-1 strike.
And do you think Zach Bobos is going to be keenly aware of his throws in
this
inning?
From here on out. From the Chestine Wine, here's the pitch. Bouncing ball off the pitcher's glove. This is trouble. Second baseman up with it. Has time. Throws. Got him. One down in the second.
Second baseman did a nice job of adjusting to the ball, hitting off the pitcher's glove. Second baseman Reed Holderman and made that one, as it turned out, fairly routine.
Jalen Yarbrough now to the plate.
This is a kid who's got some real speed. If he gets on base, look out. Yeah,
kind of reminds you of somebody we looked at last year.
He's a jackrabbit, yeah.
Infield up at the corners. And the pitch to Jalen, swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and the count's 0-1.
He's got a nice swing. But if he gets on, this is a guy we know that...
This is trouble.
If he gets on...
Like I said, reminds you of somebody we watched last year. The 0-1. Curveball strike on the inside corner, the count's 0-2.
And now he's got to protect the plate in the hole.
0-2 with one down. Here in the top of the second, the 0-2. Fastball outside, 1-2 strikes.
It is odd looking out at that beautiful scoreboard here at the Steel Yard and seeing it.
And seeing it blank.
Yeah, no lights, nothing.
Well, they got
reworking all that
Well, it's
stuff.
like you said, they got something in mind for it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see
I can't wait to see it.
The video screen, I think, is the big improvement, but it's all probably...
Next one, swung on and popped up left side. Third baseman going out, shortstop coming. Shortstop makes the call, has the ball, 2 down in the inning.
In foul territory, which is a couple feet over the third base line. Not the foul line, it's the third base line, first base line. I've been known to mix metaphors.
Here is Larry Chrysler.
Chrysler started this party with a gift. He got on one of the 2 errors committed by the shortstop Bobos and came around to score.
Pitch to Chrysler, high and tight, ball 1. So officially, Chrysler 0 for 1, but he does have a run scored in the game. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the second. As the South Shore goes flying by, headed westward. 1-0 pitch, bouncing ball foul up the third base line.
You know, another ballpark that we now that I'm working out of is Chicago State University's Cougar Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking that because they got 3 lines that go through. They got the Metro Electric.
Mm-hmm. Next one, fastball inside, and it's 2-1 to Chrysler.
They've got the South Shore line that goes by, and then of course the freight lines.
We got to do a game.
Kind of cool that they should do some.
We need to christen that booth next.
Yes.
The line, the kick, and the pitch. Chrysler lines one foul. Doink! I saw that one coming as I followed it all the way to the stands.
And if like 3 years ago I'd come up to you and said, someday soon, University of Notre Dame is going to play a bunch of games here in baseball, you would have looked at me like I was out of my mind. And indeed,
guess what's happened this year?
Moved 5 games there because
of X Stadium. Here's a looper headed toward first and caught, inning over.
About as easy a pop-up line drive as you'll ever have.
1-2-3 go the Warriors. We head to the bottom of the second. The Warriors 2 and the Red Devils nothing. You're listening to the 12th annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto of Gary, Indiana. You're hearing it live on the Arena Sports Network.
Until we just made saving on groceries even easier with our new building blocks of value. Just look for the new icons all around the store to find our weekly advertised specials, everyday smart buys, exclusive limited time offers, new lower prices, and even extra rewards. These bright, colorful icons are all about building honest, uncomplicated value, one block at a time, and giving you more ways to save every day. To learn more, visit ValueMeansMore.com today.
When your vehicle needs service, look no further than Sowers Ford, a Ford dealer like no other. Our state-of-the-art service department is fully staffed with certified technicians who can handle anything from routine maintenance to the most difficult diesel repair. Brakes, tires, and batteries. Sowers Ford service has it all. Sowers Ford, serving Michigan City and surrounding communities. Sowers Ford Lincoln, 3930 Franklin, Michigan City, 219-879-5381, or visit us at SowersFord.com.
This one good?
I'm going to tell you a story.
A little dirty water to bring us back. Mark and Brian back here at the Steel Yard as we get ready for the bottom of the second inning. And speaking of saying hi to a friend, we have a mutual friend that I'm going to say hi to right now. His name's Tim McKinney.
Yes, of course. Our buddy over at Triton College.
Mm-hmm.
Fine sports announcer in his own right.
Yes, indeed.
And also sports information director there at Triton.
Oh, he does it all.
Trojans.
Jordan Hansen takes a pitch upstairs for ball one. Hansen, Finnegan, and Holdeman.
Hansen is committed to Tiffin University to play baseball.
Aha.
Tiffin, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Cardenas stretches, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Filthy changeup. 1-1.
And he's a guy who looks like if he gets a hold of one could really blast it far. And
yeah, he'll hit one of those triple trailers.
Yes, I wouldn't mind.
I saw Christian Guerrero hit one onto the catwalk a few years ago. Looper headed toward right, dropping foul.
And like we've said, if you've never been to this beautiful ballpark here in downtown Gary, so easy to get to right off of Broadway Avenue.
Yes.
Either a couple miles south of here off of 94, the interstate, or off the Indiana Toll Road right here at Broadway. But yeah, you gotta crank one out of here, especially if you hit a line drive. You got to get it up in the air a little bit because that's a 15-foot wall out in left and towards center field.
1-2 pitch outside, and the count's now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Not quite what they have in Cleveland, mind you. That wall,
man,
gargantuan.
That's Jim Thomey's wall. Okay,
yeah,
that's a Frank Thomas wall. 2-2. Swung on, foul to the backstop. We'll do it again.
Had the pleasure of going to the ballpark there, Progressive Field, formerly the Jake.
I say Jacobs Field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I still call it Jacobs
Field. That's
Field.
a beautiful complex they've got there.
Yeah,
Not
it
only
is.
that, but also the arena.
Gunda Arena. Yep. Or as they say now, Quicken Loans Arena.
That's
I
right.
still can't say
know,
that.
I know.
From the stretch, the pitch. Fastball inside. The count's full. 3-2.
But you know, Progressive
to
sounds
Hansen.
better than Quicken Loans. Am I right? At least it flows.
I'll
better.
give you that.
You know, like the United Center.
I'll allow that one. Payoff pitch. Swung on, found out a play to the right. We'll do it again.
That's why people in Chicago refer to it.
Oh, what a catch! Fan made a great catch off to our right.
Hey, give him a contract like
Yes,
they used to do in Baltimore.
like they used to do in Baltimore. Absolutely. The payoff pitch one more time. Fastball, called strike 3 on the corner. 1 down.
Nice pitch.
Wow.
That was an inside slider from a right-hander.
So here is Mitchell Finnegan to the plate.
First strikeout of the ball game for starting pitcher Chandler Cardenas.
1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Cardenas exclusively working out of the stretch.
Finnegan DHing for starting pitcher Grant Weinman.
From the windup, the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count's 0-1.
He's got some stuff on that fastball.
Oh, he's got some giddy up to it. The 0-1. Fastball high, swung on and missed 0-2.
He blew that right by him, and he blew it and he threw it in a spot that Babe Ruth would have had a tough time getting at that high outside corner.
And if I know this kind of pitcher, he's going to give him another one.
Yeah,
he can't catch up to it. From the stretch, the 0-2. Fastball high. This time he didn't fish. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tried to see if he'd get him with a pitch in the eyes.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Kind of pitch you like to get on a breaking ball.
Yep. 1-2. Curveball high, and the count's now even. 2-2.
That's exactly what he did. Same spot, but a little bit too high.
No, didn't bite this time.
Okay, I think the fastball's in order.
Want to put a little giddy up on it? Let's see what Chandler does. From the stretch, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball. Down and away. 2 down in the inning.
That was a filthy fastball.
Woo! Was it ever?
Second strikeout in a row. Second strikeout of the ball game for.
That's one of those cut fastballs, I think.
For Cardenas.
I mean.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, 2 up, 2 down, and here's Reed. Hold him, man. Cardenas deals. Fastball low and outside, ball 1.
Reed Holderman.
The pitch is a fastball outside, 2-0.
He's a senior. Also, besides playing second and also shortstop, he's one of their pitchers.
2 balls, no strikes with 2 down. Next one's a strike, and the count's 2-1. Two balls, a strike with 2 down. The pitch bounced away, and the count's now 3-1.
Shout out to our friends in Brookfield, the Irish Times Pub, right there next to the Brookfield Metro Station.
That's where I'm going to take you for dinner one night.
We had a delightful.
How about that?
Diane had a delightful Friday night fish and chips.
Next one, swung on, foul to the backstop, counts full 3-2.
And of course, I couldn't resist a fine pint of Guinness Stout.
Oh, why not? That's where.
Yes.
That's where I'm going to take you.
Oh, we should go there. Okay. Sounds good. Either that or they got the sports bar right across the
True.
street.
Payoff pitch. Slashed foul. Ooh!
Which I haven't tried out yet, but they have.
Yet being the operative word.
Well, you got to tell you, it's a wonderful community, Brookfield. Yeah. Obviously the zoo, known for the zoo, but it's a great.
Payoff again. Swung on, lip toward right and down for a base hit. Maybe comes up throwing, safe. Now, he tried to do what Andre Dawson has done.
Yes, throw a guy out at first. Didn't quite get there fast enough. The ball was tailing just long enough for the base runner to make it to first base despite the throw. And that, of course, is the first hit of the ball game for the Red Devils.
So Josh Arnold will come to the plate. And I have a surprising third quarter score. Pitch to Arnold is a fastball outside, ball 1. They're done with 3 in Indy. Atlanta 80, Indiana 66. Yikes.
Where are you talking about surprises we've had so far in the first day or two of the NBA playoffs?
Throw to first is not in time.
Wow.
First baseman Spencer Hickey had to climb the ladder to get that.
You got the Warriors beating the Clippers. Your team, the Warriors. One of your teams.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the Bulls.
Of course. Love my Bulls. Fastball outside, 2-0. You know what made me a Warrior fan? When they beat Dallas in 2007 as a number 8 seed beating a number 1.
Always, we always tend to root for the underdog. I certainly do.
Mm-hmm. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball high and tight, 3-0. This is getting a very interesting.
And if he gets on base, it'll be the second inning in a row that they will have had runners at first and second with 2 out.
3-0 the count, 2 down. From the stretch, the 3-0. Fastball high and wide, ball 4, and first time they've had 2 runners on in an inning.
Josh Arnold batting and playing right field, but he's one of their big star pitchers as well. The guy pitched 44 innings last season.
And now a quick conference will bring the center fielder Logan Sheasley to the plate.
Third walk that Cardenas has given up so far in the ball game in 1 2/3 innings pitched. And he's got the bottom of the order. It's doing the damage right now. Let's see what Schissel will do.
I said it wrong. Sheasley is the correct pronunciation. This is my fault. The pitch to Sheasley is a fastball inside and low, ball 1.
How dare you?
I know.
And you should know the kid, too.
I do know the kid. That's the problem. The other problem is I haven't seen him in 5 years.
Sheasley
Next one's up, 2-0.
He hit .310 last year with 5 doubles, 12 RBIs for the Red Devils. Bobby Wong expecting good things out of this young man once again.
2-0 pitch is a strike, and the count's 2-1.
Say he was another guy they expect good things from, Darian Hornicle.
Mm-hmm.
Who's not.
Here's a swing and a drive towards center. Chrysler will camp under it. He's got it, and the inning has come to an end.
Second inning in a row that the Red Devils have gotten 2 men on but left him stranded and without scoring.
Well, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left. Mark will take you through the middle innings, done with 2. Bishop Noll 2, and Lowell nothing. You're listening to the 12th annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto of Gary, Indiana. You're hearing it live on the Arena Sports Network.
Looking for a reason to visit U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana? Our customers gave us 5 of them. The high standards of quality service and parts, lifetime warranties, a strong business built on honesty and integrity. They've been servicing the Gary community since 1991 and the largest auto and light truck tire dealer in the city of Gary, Indiana. We have a variety of products and services that are instrumental to the health of your car, including our tire fitment guide to help you find the correct size tires for your automobile. Our friendly service staff will quickly outfit your vehicle with a high-quality tire that is right for you. Check out our tire and wheel catalog to give your vehicle the perfect fit. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 219-884-4600 or visit us online at www.ustire-auto.com.
Good morning.
All the good fans should know that theme. That is the theme to yours truly's morning show, Snowman in the Morning, which will make its return May 5th at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. We go to the third. Hi, the women and children. Here's Mark.
Anthony Cobb, the left fielder, will lead it off for the Bishop Noll Warriors. First pitch to him is down low for ball 1. He is 0 for 1 in the ball. Actually, 1 for 1 in the ball game. He singled and scored in the first inning. Single to the left. Came around to score on that error by the shortstop, who committed 2 errors in that first inning.
How dare you almost get that wrong?
That's right. 2-0 in favor of the Bishop Noll Warriors. We're in the top of the third as they lead the Lowell Red Devils. Red Devils have threatened both innings so far with nothing to show. High hopper, third, leaps up, picks it up, throws a bullet to first for out number 1. Nice play both ways, both leaping up to grab that high hopper and bullet to first to throw him out.
Hang a star on that.
So it'll bring up Angel Figueroa, the third baseman, who is he was called out trying to lay down a bunt, and then he ran into the ball and was called out. The ball was in fair territory. So he's officially 0 for 1. Fortunately, did not come back to haunt the Warriors as they were able to play 2 runs. Pitch swung on. This one,
not that time.
Yeah, not this time. Line shot past the diving outreach glove of the third baseman for a base hit. So
2 hits now for the Warriors.
And Figueroa has his first hit of the game.
Hey, Blazer Nation, celebrate the champs. You need to respond by April 28th so you can celebrate the state championship of the Marquette Catholic Blazers on May 2nd at 6:30 at the Shoals Student Center in Michigan City on the campus of Marquette Catholic. For more information, visit marquetteathletics.org. Oh, look out!
Tries to pick him off at first, throws it away. And on the play, Figueroa will go to second base on the throwing error by the pitcher.
E1.
Third error in the ballgame committed by the Red Devils of Lowell. Torres is 0 for 1 in the ballgame. He grounded out unassisted to the first baseman in the first.
Mm-hmm.
But now, once again, the Warriors have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. This one's in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher, Phil Whitman.
Once again, folks.
That was just a sampler, by the way.
Once again, Blazer Nation, you can celebrate the state champs by calling 219-210-4506 or visit marquette-hs.org.
Foul back by Torres. Of course, the man who is the voice of the Marquette basketball Warriors, none other than Brian Snow.
What a ride the Blazers! What a ride the Blazers put us on.
Yeah, well,
yes. What a ride the Blazers went on. 6 consecutive wins.
Pitch swung on, line shot. That is a
there you
fair
go.
ball down the right field line. Coming around to score will be Figueroa.
That's 3 if he
Making
wants
his
it.
way to second. He's going to round second. On his way to third. The throw.
Oh, he got him! He got him!
He threw him out, but the run does score.
Wow.
He was a little slow coming around second base, almost a little hesitant, and that was just enough. And a great throw on the relay by the second baseman, gunned him down at third.
9-5 on that put out.
So now 1 out, but a run comes in after Torres gets the RBI double, and 9-5 on the put out. Actually, no relay. That was a gun from the right fielder.
Yeah, 9-5.
Josh Arnold with a bullet to his third baseman to apply the tag, and he hit him out by a mile. So that'll bring up Nick Thrasher. Thrasher was the beneficiary of the second throwing error by the shortstop, Bobos, that allowed both runs to score. Chrysler and Cobb both came in to score on that error. So he's officially 0 for 1, but that was a big offer, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
This one's down low, so ball 2. A run in, 2 out now here in the third. 3-0 Bishop Noll with the lead over Lowell. Time call as Thrasher steps out of the batter's box. Right-handed hitting Thrasher. And the pitch. Down inside and low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Thrasher. It'll be followed by Tony Fundikin. And that's a strike. Runs the count to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. 3-0 as we pointed out. Bishop Noll scoring 2 in the first. Now a run so far here in the third. Line shot, base hit to right center field. Thrasher has his first hit of the game.
How big is that out now?
Yeah, absolutely. Because he would have probably easily scored from second on that one.
How big is that out?
So Tony Fundikin will step up. He's Fundukian. Well, I think he's even struggling with that one.
I think we all are.
I think it's Fundikin, we'll say. And now we're going to get a visit to the mound by the coach of Bishop Noll.
Yeah. Coach Wong needs to come out and talk to him.
I think so. Well, I should say the coach of Lowell, Bobby Wong, is going to have a chat with his pitcher, Grant Weinman.
He has struggled here in the inning.
And I think we may have a relief pitcher come in. Let's see what happens. I don't know if that was just the third baseman doing something. Well, they're going to have a conference and you're going to keep him in. There is action down in the bullpen. 2 players are warming up, a lefty and a righty for the Red Devils.
And they need to get them going now because this has the potential of getting out of hand real quick.
That's 4 hits, 3 in a row now, but 4 hits in the ballgame given up by Weinman. And I'll bring up Fundikin. You say Fundikin, he says Fundikian.
I don't know what the heck to say.
I don't even know. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, left stranded. First pitch, tapped foul to the third base coach's box. And his coach.
You know what? The last time we were here, the Bulls staged one of the more incredible comebacks, wiping out an 18-point deficit and winning by 8.
That's right.
I don't think that's going to happen tonight. Not with Indiana.
Ground ball. Second baseman will have it. Toss on to first is in time to retire the side. But in the inning, there was a run on 3 hits. There was also an error and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the third inning with our score now, the Bishop Noll Warriors 3, the Lowell Red Devils nothing. And you're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana, on the Arena Sports Network.
Have you heard the good news about a company that started 4 years ago and worked at a relentless pace based entirely upon one simple premise? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved? Have you heard the good news that you yourself can share stories about this same theme to others in your community? That place is LaPorteCountyLife.com. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can celebrate a company that had a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive, and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can go to a place to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved. Want to see more? Want to read more? Want to hear more? Then go to LaPorteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news?
A little bit of 25 to 624 from Chicago. Great songwriter Robert Lamb, who wrote that because he wasn't quite sure what the time was late at night or early in the morning. Was it 25 minutes to 6 or
25 or 6 minutes to 4?
Yeah, exactly. So
I figured I'd bring it back with that.
That's right. Chicago's own. Robert Lamb, actually born in Brooklyn, but then moved to Chicago as a young child. Darian Hornicle will lead it off. He is got on base with a walk, proceeded to steal second and third, but was left stranded at third base in the first. They've left two men stranded with no runs scoring in both the first and second innings. Have the Lowell Red Devils, who trail in this ball game 3-0. He'll be followed by Siedentoff and Whitman. Pitches a called strike on the inside corner on another fastball. And Cardenas has had good control, except for that a couple of walks, but generally he's had good control. And a pitch down low. Runs count to 2-1. Cardenas works from the stretch all the time. Pitch is in the dirt.
Ouch.
That's ball 3. And he'll run the count to 3-1.
See, now it's getting cooler, and oh boy,
those sting a little bit.
Those hurt.
He'll be followed by Miles Siedentoff, the fine pitcher and hitter for the Red Devils. That's upstairs, ball 4. Ducked out of the way for ball 4. Third walk of the ball game given up by Cardenas, Chandler Cardenas. And with the leadoff runner on for the first time in the 3 innings, it'll bring up Miles Siedentoff. Siedentoff flied out to the right fielder in the first. As we pointed out, last season hit .373, and as a pitcher, had a 2.30 ERA in 33 innings pitched. So he's a very valuable piece, and he's a junior. He'll be coming back.
Oh boy! And he
very
can only
valuable piece of the puzzle for.
He can only get better.
Oh, absolutely. Cardenas quick toss to first, almost threw it away.
See, that's one thing that
first baseman had to leap up and snare the ball before it went into the bullpen.
That's one thing these kids need to really, really work on is their throw to first.
Yeah, well, and that's a real art to be good at it.
It is.
Ow! And that's going to hit him. Hits him in the back.
That hurt me.
Right in the kind of right between the shoulders and the back is Siedentoff. He'll make his way to first base, and Hornicle will waltz over to second base. So now it's first and second with nobody out. Golden scoring opportunity now for the Red Devils.
Indeed.
And it'll bring up Phil Whitman, the catcher, who walked himself in the first inning. Actually, he didn't walk himself, but he walked.
We get the idea.
You get the point. Well, he did walk by himself. Nobody helped him.
Oh, shut up.
Except for the pitcher. Well, I got myself in a mess there. But whatever.
You set it up.
That's right.
You set it up.
One of 4 walks that have been given up. I said 3, but it's 4 walks. Is bunted and it goes
just went
foul.
No, that's fair.
He
touched it in fair territory. He touched it in fair territory. That is a fair ball and a base hit.
And the home plate umpire had the perfect view. There's not much that the third baseman can do arguing that one because it was a pretty clear-cut call. No hesitation by the home plate umpire.
None.
And it's one of those tricky plays where you just got to let it go foul or grab it. Either or. You can't
wait. You can't wait.
So that will be an infield hit. We'll call that a bunt 5. So now the bases are loaded with nobody out. Talk about setting the table for Zach Bobos. And this is one young man who really wants
a chance.
He wants to make up for those 2 errors that led to the 2 runs in the first inning.
I got some exciting news for you and the fans that follow us. We are going to have our online store up and running on May 5th.
Wow.
Just go to asnsportshop.spreadshirt.com or click on the logo on the website, and it'll also be on the new website that'll also be going live on May 5th. Man, we've been busy.
You've been very busy. Despite the fact that you were down for a number of days with that stomach flu. That pitch is as a called strike for strike 1 to Bobos. He popped out to the pitcher to end the first inning. So, boy, he's really overdue.
And there it is.
It's a pop-up. Routine. First baseman makes it.
Man.
Off the bat, it looked like it might be going to right field, but it just died like a quail.
And that was also an infield fly rule. Doggone it.
Twice he's popped out with runners in scoring position. And now there is 1 out with the bases loaded, and it brings up Jordan Hansen, the first baseman who struck out on a called third strike leading off the second inning. He's the gentleman who committed to Tiffin University in Ohio to play baseball. Pitches outside for ball 1. They've had their opportunities, the Red Devils.
Have they ever?
But I also have to give credit to starting pitcher Chandler Cardenas. Done a nice job of battling his way out. Ball 1 pitch. This one's in the dirt for ball 2. And now he's got himself in a bit of a pickle. 2 balls, no strikes to Hansen. Mitchell Finnegan, the designated hitter, would be the next hitter. He's on deck circle. In the on-deck circle. Pitch swung on, fouled back, up onto the roof.
Don't you dare.
On the first base side.
I'm stopping you in your tracks now.
I'll come up with another one sometime.
I hope so.
Yes.
Atlanta 96, Indiana 78, less than 5 to go.
Swung on and missed on a fastball. Evens the count at 2-2 as he's come back down 2-0 to even it up at 2-2.
That had some giddy up to it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners lead from all 3 bases. Pitch is swung on. Once again, foul back. That'll go out towards the street. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is our final broadcast from the Steel Yard. I had the pleasure of doing 2 twin bills this season.
Trouble.
That ball is a fair ball. No, it's a foul ball.
Foul ball.
Hit it off the plate, so it's a foul ball.
Well, guess where I'm going June the 6th.
Where are you going?
There's a friend of mine. His name is Seth Cantor. He's the voice of the Rockland Boulders. He's going to be here with a few friends, and I'm going to go see Wrigley Field.
Sounds good.
They've invited me to see the Cubs and the Fish on June the 6th.
Pitches upstairs, runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And this is a golden opportunity.
Will he coax a walk? Will he hit safely and get on base? Time called as the
ball got away in the bullpen
in right field.
And now Noll has some bullpen activity.
They certainly do. Full count pitch with the bases loaded. Here it comes. Swung on, foul back to the screen.
He was on it. Hansen's
done a good job staying alive after initially being up in the count 2-0. Cardenas has come back and brought it to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, bases loaded. 1 out. Pitch swung on, popped up.
Oh, man.
Shallow right field. Second baseman goes out. Right fielder comes in. He makes the catch. And Or did he make the catch?
Yes, he did.
He made the catch.
He did make the catch.
A run comes in to score. Both runners advanced to second and third. So finally, the Red Devils are on the board, and what a great diving, sliding catch by the right fielder, Jalen Yarbrough, to save what should have been probably a couple more, another run at least. Hornicle comes in to score from third.
Oh, no! The run doesn't count.
What happened here? Did they do anything?
He left early.
They appealed the runner, Hornicle, and in fact, he left early. He thought it was going to drop in. That's probably what happened. He thought it was going to drop in, and he's called out to retire the side. Wow.
So take the sacrifice away, take the RBI away. That actually goes down as a force out and actually ends the inning on a double play at third.
So in the inning, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, a walk, and 2 men left. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Score remains the Bishop Noll Warriors 3, the Lowell Red Devils nothing. And you're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana, on the Arena Sports Network.
Get your best price on Ford trucks, Focus, F-150, Explorer, Escape, and Lincoln MKS, MKT, MKX, MKZ, as well as Fiesta, Fusion, Taurus, Mustang, Navigator, and all other new Ford Lincoln vehicles at the all-new Sowers Ford in Lincoln, Northwest Indiana's newest Ford Lincoln dealer. We offer new and used Ford Lincoln vehicles, parts, service, and used car. If you are in Northwest Indiana or near Michigan City, LaPorte, Hobart, Burns Harbor, Valparaiso, Chesterton, South Bend, or Portage, there is no comparison to the other dealers around town. We are about to earn your business with top quality service and the most competitive pricing in Indiana. Stop by today at 3930 Franklin Street in Michigan City or give us a call at 219-879-5381. That's 219-879-5381. Or visit us online at www.sowersauto.com. Sowers Ford Lincoln, Northwest Indiana's newest Ford Lincoln dealer.
Bring out the correct type. Pen. Wow, that was as about as strange. The appeal to the umpire, and they called out the base runner,
who was Hornicle at third. He left early. The base umpire determined that he left early, so that is scored as a fly out to right for Hansen and a force out at third for Hornicle for leaving early.
That's right. Well, what a break. Inning would have been kept going and a runner would have been in, but in this case it's still 3-0 in case of Bishop and a lead for Bishop Noll's Warriors as we go to the top of the 4th. And the bottom of the order due up for the Warriors. And Evan Pierce, the designated hitter, will lead it off. First pitch down the pipe for strike 1. Actually, that was called a ball.
First pitch was a ball. There you go.
It looked like it was a strike, but he called it a ball. Now he fouls it off to even the count at 1-1.
Now you know how I feel when I do solo.
That's true. Evan Pierce is 0 for 1. He lined out to the third baseman to end the first inning, that 2-run first inning for Bishop Noll. They also tacked down a run on the third. And the errors have played a big role in this game.
That they have.
For Lowell, as they've committed 3 errors and allowed all 3 unearned runs.
That's what happened in the first game.
Check swing. Did he go? Going to appeal to first.
Nope.
He did not. It'll even the count at 2-2. That was a wild ride we had in that third inning.
Yeah, to the point we had another member of the media come in and ask us what the heck happened.
On the appeal, he ruled him out. Well, Reed Holderman will be up next, and then Josh Arnold.
Have you figured it out yet?
I have. Called strike 3, a slider on the inside corner.
That one was easy.
It sure was. Second time in the ballgame that Finnegan has gone down. This time a called third strike. And it'll bring up and let's see who's due up here.
Spencer Hickey.
Spencer Hickey.
Uh-oh.
Line shot. That is going to drop and go all the way to the wall.
He's going to run for a while.
Spencer Hickey is going to waltz into second base with a stand-up double.
Wow.
Hickey batting for Holderman, it looked like.
Wow. I mean, that ball was crushed.
Yeah, it sure was.
That ball was crushed.
So after Evan Pierce struck out on the called third strike, now we're going to get a visit to the mound.
And I think that's going to do it.
That may very well do it for the starting pitcher for the Red Devils, Grant Weinman. And sure enough, we're going to have a new pitcher, and it's going to be, looks like number 17, that's going to be Jeremy Surowek, is going to come on in relief of Weinman. We'll tell you more about it in a moment. You're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, and you're listening to it live on the Arena Sports Network.
Listen closely. It's the sound of a typical Friday night at your local high school football field. Or a Sunday afternoon at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's the sound of teenagers stretching, growing, developing the skills they need to get the most from life. Or of the Indianapolis Colts chasing another Super Bowl title. Either way, it's the sound of people rallying around the home team and feeling good about themselves and their community. It's more than a typical Friday night at your local high school football field or a Sunday afternoon at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's communities all across Indiana coming together and reaping the benefits of sport. The IHSAA and your Indianapolis Colts bringing communities together. The Indianapolis Colts are proud sponsors of the IHSAA State Football Tournament.
Time now for a Cricket Wireless call to the pen, and it brings us home, Mr. Farina.
It brings right-hander Jeremy Surowek to the mound in relief of starting pitcher Grant Weinman. Weinman going 3 1/3 innings so far, has given up 3 runs, all of which were unearned because of errors, one of which was his error, a throwing error, trying to pick a runner off that came back to haunt him. But they've been starting to hit him pretty good.
Oh, they caught it. They solved him.
And Spencer Hickey had the longest of the hits so far, that couple hop double to the wall in left field. He's at second base with 1 out. And the number 9 hitter, Jalen Yarbrough, will step up. The right fielder popped out in foul territory to the shortstop in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Surowek, hard-throwing right-hander. So, golden opportunity once again for Bishop Noll, who already lead 3-0.
Where have we heard that before?
With a runner at second and 1 out. And here's a guy, like we said, if he gets on base, he's fast.
Trouble.
Right-handed hitting. Yarbrough takes down low for ball 1. Just
wow.
missed. Earlier today, Lew Wallace defeated Gary Roosevelt of Gary, 2 high schools from Gary. That was a slaughter rule game. Lew Wallace winning at 14-4 in 5 innings. And then the game we did broadcast here on the Arena Sports Network earlier, the Victory Christian Lions with a 5-4 come-from-behind victory over Hammond's Gavitt Gladiators with 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. That's a called strike, evens the count at 1-1. Yarbrough will be followed by the top of the order, and Larry Chrysler takes a look at second. Line shot, that is a base hit to center. Hesitating for a moment. I don't think it would have mattered in terms of coming around to score was Hickey, but he does make his way to third easily on the 1-out single by Jalen Yarbrough. And now you got speed on the corners. And it brings up Larry Chrysler. He said Chrysler. Chrysler. It is Chrysler. But you would know better than he does.
Yes.
Not to be mistaken with the arena in West Lafayette.
Chrysler Arena.
Chrysler is 0 for 2 in the ballgame, but he was given a gift in the first inning on a error by the shortstop. Toss on to second, and sure enough, Yarbrough steals second.
Oh, boy.
As we anticipated he would once we got on base. So now runners in scoring position at second and third with one out.
And this is trouble.
Chrysler got on a throwing error by the shortstop, came around to score the first of the 3 runs so far, and then he also popped out to the first baseman to end the second. Still looking for his first hit. This one is in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher. Whitman showing us a sampling of what he does behind the plate. Still hasn't responded to that one. It's the second time I threw that one by you, Brian. You're just being silent for obvious reasons.
I'm not crazy.
Line drive, middle base hit. Here comes 1 run, and holding at third is Yarbrough.
Good job holding at third.
Good throw as the center fielder was able to get the ball in quickly. Center fielder Logan Schissel was able to get it in quickly, holding Yarbrough to third, but the run scores. RBI single for Chrysler. And it's now a 4-0 lead for the Bishop Noll Warriors. As Yarbrough goes to third, and Chrysler now at first, and Hickey comes in to score. That run, of course, would be charged to the starting pitcher, Weinman. And that will clear the books on Weinman as well, as he left with 1 on and 1 out in the inning. So he charged with 4 runs, of which only 1 was earned.
And that's the one in this inning.
Pitch, ground ball. Shortstop's got only 1 play to first. Run comes in to score in the form of Jalen Yarbrough. So Cobb does the job with an RBI. Cobb does the job. 6-3 on the putout, but it's an RBI ground out. And on the play, Chrysler makes his way to second. Now 2 out, 2 runs in. And it brings up Angel Figueroa, who is officially 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Got called out being hit by the ball as he stepped out of the batter's box on a bunt. Called strike 1.
Quickly, our 4th inning trivia. I mentioned it during the last game. Who was the opponent for the last game at Old Comiskey Park on September 30th, 1990?
That's a good question. Line shot to the ground ball on a hop. Tossed on the first. Nice stab by the first baseman to end the inning. But in the inning, there were 2 runs on a total of 3 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man is left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Bishop Noll Warriors adding to their lead. It's the Warriors 5, the Lowell Red Devils nothing. You're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana, right here on ASN.
Gigahertz, providing customers with excellent service since 2008. Computer problem? Leave it to the staff at Gigahertz, priding themselves with an unparalleled work ethic and continuing to offer customers the lowest prices around. Gigahertz services include PC repair, networking, PC setup, custom PC builds, pickup and delivery, in addition to in-home and in-office service. Get small to large business solutions, service contracts, and much more. Computer problems? Gigahertz. And that's where we come in. Gigahertz for your computer repair and solution needs. In-home, in-store, wherever it's convenient for you. Think your PC's infected? Gigahertz offers free virus diagnostics, with most virus removals done in 48 hours or less. Plus, they'll optimize your PC. Take that, Best Buy. Give Gigahertz a call. 219-218-9323. That's 219-218-9323. Or log on to gigahertzpc.net. Gigahertz, and that's where we come in.
We go to the bottom of the 4th inning here at the Steel Yard in Gary. 5-0 Bishop Noll adding to their lead with 2 runs in the top of this inning. And it'll be the bottom of the order for the Lowell Red Devils, starting off with designated hitter Mitchell Finnegan. Finnegan struck out swinging in the second, so he's 0 for 1. He'll be followed by Reed Holderman and then Josh Arnold. After this pitch, we'll talk trivia. Pitch in the dirt for ball one. Time now for the ASN 4th Inning Trivia Challenge presented by Gigahertz, the official computer solutions company of ASN. And here's Brian.
The question was, who was the final opponent for the White Sox at Old Comiskey Park on September 30th, 1990? The answer after this pitch.
And here is the pitch. Just missed on the outside corner. Runs the count to 2 balls and a strike.
Well, you heard me talk about it during the first game. If you were paying attention, that team was the Seattle Mariners.
That's right. Ooh,
ow!
He got him. Got him in the back.
Second one, he's hit in the back.
Finnegan. So, leadoff hitter gets on, getting hit by a pitch. Does it the hard way, or the painful way. And with a runner at first and nobody out, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, Reed Holderman, will step up. He singled, but was left stranded in the second, singled to right. So he's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Cardenas from the stretch. There goes the runner. Throw on down to second is not going to be in time and was off towards the second base side anyways. So stolen base for Finnegan. And they've got a runner in scoring position now, which they've had in scoring position all 3 innings so far coming into the 4th. All 4 innings so far, they've had a runner in scoring position, but haven't been able to push anybody across yet. There is action in the bullpen for Bishop Noll. Down the right field side, it's a right-hander. Reed Holderman would love to drive the run in here. He had lays down a bunt, perfect bunt to sacrifice the runner over. First baseman comes over to field it, tosses on to a second baseman for the sacrifice bunt.
All right, what happened?
Sacrifice bunt, and that was 3-4 on the put-out on Holderman after Finnegan was hit by that pitch and stole second, and now he's on his way to third thanks to the sacrifice bunt. So 1 out with the runner now just 90 feet away at third base in the form of Mitchell Finnegan, and the number 9 hitter Josh Arnold will step up. The right fielder walked in the second but was left stranded. Takes a called strike on the outside corner for strike 1. Cardenas moves quickly, doesn't waste much time on the mound.
No.
Gets a signal and gets the ball to the plate. Strike 1 offering is up high and outside for ball 1.
One thing.
Wow.
6 o'clock Central Time.
Well, they've been a great story. Swung on and missed on a slider. Runs the count to 1-2.
Nasty.
I really believe, and I think a lot of people out there believe that the Bulls should have a coach of the year in Tom Thibodeau.
He should have been coach of the year last year.
Yeah. Well, I think this year.
I'm sorry.
This year, yeah. Well, I think this year.
He should have been.
Especially after they traded Lowell Dang away.
And especially and also losing Derrick Rose for another season-ending injury.
1-2 pitches outside and high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Logan Schissel would be up next, and he's looking for his first hit of the ball game. Their leadoff hitter. And Arnold would like to get on base after walking last time. This one's down low and inside. Runs the count to 3-2. Full count with a runner at third and 1 out.
You can't tell
Red Devils
me.
need some runs. They trail 5-0 here in the bottom of the 4th.
The only other candidate I would make for coach of the year is Mark Jackson of the Warriors, and I'll explain why in a moment.
3-2 offering just outside for ball 4. So for the second time, Josh Arnold coaxes a walk, the number 9 hitter. And now you got runners on the corners with 1 out, and we'll get a visit by the coach of the Red Devils, Bobby Wong, or rather the coach of the Warriors, Andrew Ramker, is making his way out there to have a little chat. And we're going to have a pitching change. There is a pitching change. We'll come back with all the information. You're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana, and you're listening to it on the Arena Sports Network.
At U.S. Tire and Automotive, you'll find passenger tires, performance tires, truck and SUV tires, and more from proven brands including Bridgestone, Firestone, and other leading industry names. Conveniently located in Gary, Indiana, and providing great service to customers in Gary, Griffith, Hammond, Munster, and Highland, Indiana, U.S. Tire and Automotive offers brake service, alignments, oil changes, shocks and struts, tune-ups, and other valuable services to get your car, truck, minivan, or SUV back on the road. Give us a call at 219-884-4600 or drop us an email at info@ustire-auto.com. Mention this ad and receive a 10% discount on auto work or ask about our tire specials. U.S. Tire and Auto, servicing Gary, Indiana and Northwest Indiana since 1991.
We have a relief pitcher that's coming for the Bishop Noll Warriors. It's a right-hander. We're waiting for the official announcement as he warms up, as he comes in relief of starting pitcher Chandler Cardenas. Runners at first and third. We're in the fourth inning, bottom of the fourth inning, with the Bishop Noll Warriors leading 5-0, but they're not taking any chances in this one.
Oh, no. Not with this lead.
Due up next is Logan Schissel, the center fielder, looking for his first.
Sheasley. I messed up too, all right?
Sheasley will step up. Sheasley,
hey,
0 for 2 in the ball game.
Look, I messed it up too, so we're even.
Yes, the two. This kind of uniform at night that is just trouble to read, and we can't even tell you who the pitcher is. He didn't make an announcement that I heard. First pitch swung on. Right fielder coming on, makes the catch. Toss onto the plate. He threw a bullet. One hop.
Wow.
Perfectly thrown to the third baseman a couple feet down the line. If the base runner Finnegan would have tried, he would have been a dead duck by a mile.
And I can tell you the pitcher is Eloy Melero, number 18 for the Warriors.
So Eloy Melero comes in relief of starting pitcher Chandler Cardenas, who went 3 1/3 innings. So far has not given up a run. And here's...
Ow!
The next batter, Dorian Hornicle. Hornicle's been on base twice with walks, but he's been left stranded, even though he's also stolen 2 bases. That came in the first inning. Big at bat right here. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. He'll be followed, if he gets on, by Miles Stiedentoff. Toss over to first just to keep Arnold honest. Hornicle's walked twice, been left stranded. Arnold, who's at first base, has walked twice. The walks were probably the really only negative by Cardenas. That's a called strike on the outside corner, runs the count.
Good pitch.
To 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners leading off the bases. Mitchell Finnegan from third, Arnold from first. And here's the pitch. There goes Arnold. Pitches down low, toss on to second.
He's out.
Time.
No, he's not.
He just got in.
Wow.
Just around the tag, so another stolen base. Well, in this case, the first stolen base for Josh Arnold, but stolen base number... They've stolen 4 bases so far in the game. And the pitch. Called strike.
Mm-hmm.
Two balls, 2 strikes the count. 2 out, runners at the corners. And the 2-2 offering. Swung on, fouled off. Up into one of the suites, crashing into the glass, and causing a big mess. No. No mess, nobody there, no foul.
Don't do that!
Okay. That's what the management says.
Oh.
Pitch, line shot, base hit.
That'll get 2 home.
One. It looks like it's going to bring in both runners, and indeed it will. It's coming in to score from second is Josh Arnold, from third Mitchell Finnegan, and it's now a 5-2 ball game. It's finally, after 4 innings in a row with runners in scoring position, or at least runners at first and second, they're able to bring in the runners on a 2 RBI single by Darian Hornicle. And it'll bring up Miles Siedentoff. Not much doubt on that. 2 RBIs. It's now a 5-2 lead for the Bishop Noll Warriors. And here's Siedentoff. There goes Hornicle.
Oh, wow!
Hit and run is on. Perfectly executed. Hornicle, who was off with the pitch, makes his way to third easily on the single by Siedentoff.
It can't be that easy.
And now he's been on base 3 times in this ball game. And now you got runners at first and third, still 2 out. And it'll bring up Phil Whitman. Whitman walked in the first, left stranded. Got on a bunt to the third baseman. And the third, that was an odd one. The third baseman touched the ball.
Yeah.
While he thought he let it go foul, but he touched it in fair territory. Pitch, tap. This is a little bit of trouble.
That's gonna.
Second baseman is there to make the catch to end the inning. But in the inning for the Lowell Red Devils, they get on the board. 2 runs in the inning on a total of 2 hits. There were no errors, a hit batter, a walk, and 2 men left. We are through 4 complete now at the Steel Yard in Gary with our score now. The Bishop Noll Warriors 5, the Lowell Red Devils 2, and you're listening to the 12th annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana, and you're listening to it on the Arena Sports Network.
Have you heard the good news about a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region you live in and the people involved? Have you heard the good news about a place where you can celebrate what is right in the world, share it with your friends, family, and community, and neighbors at school, work, or place of worship, and have fun doing it? Well, there is such a place. That place is LaPorteCountyLife.com. LaPorteCountyLife.com is all about the positive, not the negative, bringing out the best and not the worst, and all about promoting positivity in your community. LaPorteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news?
I bet I'll give you one guess as to where this song is from.
Well, it was early this week in baseball.
Yes, that's it.
With my one of the guys that I had the honor and pleasure of not only interviewing for my radio show, but also driving to the airport, Mel
Allen. How about that?
What a great, legendary, longtime voice of the New York Yankees.
Yes.
Who went in along with his counterpart with the Brooklyn Dodgers, Red Barber, first to be inducted as Ford Frick Award winners as for their contributions to baseball broadcasting. Top of the 5th inning we go. Bishop Noll now leading at 5-2, thanks to the 2-run bottom of the 4th by the Lowell Red Devils. Willie Torres, Nick Thrasher, and then Tony Funnican will be due up. Ground ball, couple hops to the first baseman, bobbles it for a second, but has plenty of time to take it unassisted to first for out number 1. And with 1 up and 1 down, it'll bring up Nick Thrasher, the shortstop. Thrasher's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. He got on an error that actually wound up driving in 2 runs, although they're not RBIs. The error by the shortstop allowing 2 runs to score. Also singled to center. First pitch fouled off. Looks like it might have got a piece of his ankle, but not enough to hobble him. Yeah, that was a strange first inning. 2 throwing errors by the shortstop, allowing runs to score, allowing the first batter to get on base, and then the 2 runs to score. This pitch is swung on, hit high. Center field, can of corn for the center fielder who makes the catch in shallow center field. That's the center fielder Logan Schissel.
Okay, I have a question.
Two up, two down.
What is your favorite baseball broadcaster's opening?
Oh, boy, that's a good one. It's
I have one of
Hello again, everybody. This is Harry
Of
Carey.
course. I got
Just
one of
because
mine.
I remember it the most.
Yes.
Even more than Jack Brickhouse, who I love.
There you go. I will just do the voice impression as best I can to give you one of my favorites.
Okay.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Well, how do you do any justice to Vince Scully? It was an attempt. I know you were telling me what you said on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Line shot, base hit, drops in front.
A
of
rope.
The left fielder.
A rope.
So Funnekin gets in on base for the second time. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. This time he hits the ball instead of getting hit by the ball and hits a rope to left for a two-out base hit. And it brings up the designated hitter, Evan Pierce, who's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. He lined out to the third baseman and the first, struck out on a called third strike to lead off the fourth, so he's 0 for 2. 5-2. Bishop Noll leading the Lowell Red Devils, second game of our doubleheader. It's actually a triple header here today. Pitch swung on. High hopper, shortstop. Bobbles!
Oh!
Once again, he bobbles it. Had an easy force out at least at second base. Third error committed in the ballgame by shortstop Zach Bobos. And could it be a two-out rally?
Oh, wow. That hurts.
He would have had Funnekin out easily.
Oh, he had him dead to rights.
He was thinking of underhanding the ball before he had the ball. Pitch swung on, foul back up on the roof. Doink.
Doink!
That's your doink.
We had a few of those.
Spencer Hickey is officially 1 for 2 in the ballgame, grounded out to the second baseman to lead off the second, but then in that 2-run fourth inning, he doubled and came around to score, thanks to the ground out.
It's just
foul ball, ground ball foul. Third base coach and the head coach of Bishop Noll, Andrew Ramker, scooping it up like a pro.
Mm-hmm.
And the pitch outside.
Good stop.
2 men on. After there were first two batters were retired, Funnekin is over at second. Pierce over at first. And the batter, Spencer Hickey. Swung on, fouled it back to the screen. We'll do it again.
Schwack.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Jalen Yarbrough would come up next. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. They threatened but do not score. No runs in the inning. There was an error and a hit. And 2 men left. We are through 5 complete. Rather, we're through 4.5. Get this straight. Top of the 5th. The score remaining, the Bishop Noll Warriors 5, the Lowell Red Devils 2. We'll be back after this, and you're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, which is in the bottom of the 5th inning, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana, on ASN.
Some statistics are surprising. Some are unbelievable. And some are simply unacceptable. Right now, nearly 30% of U.S. students aren't finishing high school. Nearly 30%. And that's the average. In many places, it's even higher than that. And fixing it is a responsibility that we all share. This is President Obama, and I urge everyone, not just parents, but friends and neighbors and family members, to take responsibility for encouraging the high school students in your communities, to support them, challenge them, push them a little, and do whatever it takes to help them make it through. Because this is one statistic we simply can't afford to ignore.
You can do your part by going to boostup.org and sending an email, a text message, or even a wake-up call to a student at risk of dropping out. Go to boostup.org and provide the boost that's needed to make it to graduation. A message from the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bully, bully. I can just see the miniature car races in the movie The Rookie.
Yes.
Jim Morris makes his minor league debut, coming to pitch in his mid-30s.
Oh, goodness.
That was a great movie, by the way. Okay, now I'm gonna vent. The scorebook that we've been working with, and I've worked with both as a PA announcer and doing broadcasts, is a scorebook by Sports Authority, which you flip one side to the other. Unlike a book, which is the one that you get from Dick's Sporting Goods, which I prefer when we're doing the broadcast.
Yes.
Things, so that it doesn't make me look like a complete fool. But that's okay.
Dan Garza
Yes.
Garza banning for Zach Bobos.
Bobos had a tough night.
Oh,
3 errors. Fortunately,
poor kid.
Fortunately, that last one did not come back to haunt him. He would
on the fist.
Toss on to first by the pitcher is out number 1.
Oh, Chad Arnold banning for Jordan Hansen.
Jordan Hansen, that's right. I think there was a defensive switch, by the way, and that's why
couple
he was
of them
at first base last inning. So Chad Arnold, we've heard a lot about him coming into this ball game for the Red Devils. Chad Arnold, just to tell you a little bit about him. Actually, we've heard a lot about his brother Josh, but another fine ball player in the form of Chad Arnold. Sophomore, first baseman, pitcher.
Three and 0 the count now.
3-0 the count to Arnold. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. 5-0 Bishop. 5-2 Bishop Noll with the lead. Got 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 more in the 4th. Lowell came back with 2 in the last inning, the bottom of the 4th, and that is ball 4. So Chad Arnold will make his way to first base and get on base in his first plate appearance. And I'll bring up Mitchell Finnegan, the designated hitter.
Oh, Finnegan.
Finnegan struck out swinging in the second. He was hit by a pitch and scored the first of the 2 runs in the 4th. Also stole a base. He'll be followed by Reed Holderman. Is in the on-deck circle. Swung on, missed for a strike. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. A pitch is outside for a ball. Second inning, that Eloy Malero has been in relief.
And he's throwing well. He is throwing very well.
In relief of starting pitcher Chandler Cardenas, who frankly did not pitch a bad ball game. Although one of the runs would be charged to him. A little bit of control issues at times.
Yeah.
Swing on and miss.
Oof. Woo!
He evens the count at 2-2.
Woo!
That was a
smoking
fastball. Chad Arnold leading off from first. Finnegan waits. 2-2 offering is outside. Runs the count to 3-2. Full count with a runner at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Eloy's pitch popped up. Shallow in that trouble spot. Drop for a base hit.
In that Bermuda Triangle.
And it drops just outside the reach of the second baseman and went out on it. You're right.
In that Bermuda Triangle.
In baseball is right there. So it'll bring up Reed Holderman. He's got a golden opportunity here to cut that lead down a little bit more.
Here's a little sports fact for you. The Pacers are the 4th number 1 seed to lose Game 1 in Round 1 since the best of 7 started. Detroit in 2003, Dallas in 2007. They lost that in 6 to the Warriors. And the Spurs 2 years ago. And in all the in two of those 3 occasions, the only team that has won in that situation was Detroit. They won that in 7.
So Reed Holderman, the batter, he's officially 1 for 1 in the ballgame. Singled in the second, singled to right, but was left stranded. Sacrificed a runner with a bunt in the 4th that helped lead to 2 runs. In particular, to Mitchell Finnegan going over to 3rd. Pitch is outside. Two balls, 2 strikes to count, I believe. We don't have a scoreboard here.
No.
Or at least an operating scoreboard right now. Pitch
no!
swung on and missed.
Woo!
That was 2-1 even.
Smoking!
2-2. It's a big guy to get out.
Mm-hmm.
As he would then face Josh Arnold, Chad Arnold's brother. Swung on.
Just got a piece.
Of it.
Just got a piece.
Got it back to the screen. Josh Arnold, the right fielder, would be due up next. The number 9 hitter who has walked twice in this ballgame and scored a run. Runners at first and second. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Swung on and missed. He struck him out this time.
Wow.
2 out now in the inning with runners at first and second. And again, the aforementioned Josh Arnold will step up to the plate. Arnold is
Can you see the
walked twice in the ballgame.
Can you see the giddy up on that?
Yeah. Walked in the 2nd, left stranded. Walked and scored, also stole a base in the 4th. He'd like to drive somebody home this time. This pitch is outside for ball 1.
It's only a 3-run deficit for Lowell, but they haven't taken advantage of the opportunities they've had.
They've left 8 men on base so far. Could be 10 if they don't get these runs in.
Ooh.
That's ugly through 5 innings.
Mm-hmm.
That pitch was a little bit outside.
In a 7-inning game, that's extremely ugly.
There's the pitch. Down low. Count runs to 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch by Marrero is a strike. Sorry about that. Foul back. So now it counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Right on the concourse.
Top of the order, and Logan Schissel. He'd be due up next, and he's overdue for a hit.
Oh boy, is he ever.
Faking the throw to second is Marrero.
Does that ever work?
No, I don't think so. and faking the third, faking the first.
And faking the third and faking the first.
Yeah, and it's ball 4.
Oh!
That will load the bases.
Now we got issues.
3rd time. All 3 times Arnold's been up to the plate. He's walked. This time now to load the bases, and out comes the coach, Andrew Rampker of the Warriors. Let's see if he's going to make a change.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. This is more of a conference call.
This is more of
strategy.
A calm down call.
So now Chad Arnold is at 3rd, Mitchell Finnegan at 2nd, and Josh Arnold, who just walked, over at 1st. But there are 2 out.
Mm-hmm.
And Logan Schissel would step up. He's 0 for 3 in the ballgame, so he is long overdue.
That he is.
Grounded out to the second baseman to lead off the ballgame. Flied out to center field to end the 2nd, and he flied out to right field in the 4th.
Hey, folks, pay attention. May 5th. Big stuff coming up from ASN on May 5th.
It's exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We like stuff.
We like stuff.
Pitch. Called strike in the outside corner for strike 1.
And what is stuff, folks? Stuff that goes in your house. A house is a place to keep your stuff while you go out and get more stuff.
Throw to second.
Oh, they got him!
The second baseman had to dive. The throw was low on the pickoff, but the base runner in the form of Mitchell Finnegan slid right into the tag.
Unbelievable.
A 1-4 put out on the pickoff, and that is an ouchie. If you are the Bishop Noll Warriors. In the inning, no runs on a total of 1 hit. There were 2 walks and 2 men left. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Brian Snow will bring you the rest of the way with our score remaining. The Bishop Noll Warriors 5, the Lowell Red Devils 2. Back after this, you're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana, and it's all here on the Arena Sports Network.
Planning an upcoming event? The completely refurbished Diamond Club at U.S. Steel Yard is available year-round for birthday parties, wedding receptions, business meetings, conferences, and a wide variety of other activities. With a full-service bar and the ability to accommodate groups of up to 300 people, the Diamond Club is the perfect place to host your next event. Fully customizable food options through Aramark are also available. Call the Railcats at 219-882-2255 and have the Railcats fashion an event your friends, family, clients, or colleagues will never forget. The Gary South Shore Railcats, redefining fun.
When your vehicle needs service, look no further than Sowers Ford, a Ford dealer like no other. Our state-of-the-art service department is fully staffed with certified technicians who can handle anything from routine maintenance to the most difficult diesel repair. Brakes, tires, and batteries. Sowers Ford service has it all. Sowers Ford, serving Michigan City and surrounding communities. Sowers Ford Lincoln, 3930 Franklin, Michigan City, 219-879-5381, or visit us at SowersFord.com.
Top of the 6th inning we go. And the man on the spot, Brian Lowell.
What?
Brian
Here's a swing of the line drive, base hit in the right center field.
I was thinking about a guy I used to work with, by the way, Brian. Brian Snow, last time I checked, that was his name. Don't ever quote me on that.
You know better.
That's right. But
Jalen Yarbrough. Jalen Yarbrough, 2 for 3 in the game, leads off with a sharp single in the right center, and that pickoff was huge,
monstrous
against Lowell. It just may have brought them out. Yarbrough swing. Here's the line drive, foul into the picnic area in left field as Yarbrough was off with the pitch, and he had second base in his back pocket.
He's already got 1 stolen base with 2 hits tonight, and that's some nice production from your number 9 hitter. Which in baseball, you'll see that sometimes where you get a guy who may be a pretty decent hitter, put him 9 because then if he gets on base with your leadoff hitter.
Right. The pitch to Chrysler. Swing a dribbler headed towards shortstop up with it. The throw. Safe! On to third goes Yarbrough. And the speed is on the loose. So okay, who just came in our house?
They were just clarifying the score because we don't have a scoreboard, but we were correct. It is 5-3.
It's 5-2.
5-3. 5-2. He says 5-3 for some reason.
5-2. It's 5-2 because remember a run was disallowed in the third after they appealed.
But something. Well, he just flashed 5-3 for some reason, and I'm not sure why that.
I'm not sure why either.
Unless
there was an extra run in the fourth.
No, unless the run scored just because of that pickoff play. But how would that happen? I don't know.
That would be, but that's the third out of the inning. We'll get a clarification. Chrysler takes off. They're going to throw back to third. They throw it away. Oh, my gracious. Now Chrysler heading to third. Safe there. Yarbrough scores 6-2. So that is a stolen base, a fielder's choice, and an error. As Chrysler swipes second, they went to take a peek at Yarbrough at third, and the error allows Yarbrough to score and Chrysler into third base. The 4th error of the night.
I believe that's the 5th error.
You have a better book than I do.
I think that's the 5th error in the ballgame.
Infield up all the way around. Here's a swing and a little looper headed toward right center field. Center fielder coming. He's got it. Chrysler tags. Throw coming home. And he is safe!
It was a great throw by the center fielder, but just eyelash late. But it's going to be an RBI.
Angel Figueroa now steps to the plate. Wow.
Yeah, that's definitely the word you can say.
Oh, boy. 7-3 in favor of the Warriors here in the 6th. So Figueroa now stands in. Base is clear.
We'll get a
one
clarify
out
on that in a moment.
And the pitch to Angel is a strike on the outside corner, and the count's 0-1.
We've had some interesting things happen in this game,
to say the least,
in the two games today that you don't normally see in most games.
Yeah. Next one, dribbled foul up the third baseline, and it bounces right into the dugout. That'll leave in the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
As the Bishop Noll, or rather the Lowell Red Devils, scurried out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or made a tremendous catch on the.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah. Usually they're not paying that close attention, and therefore scurry out of the way.
1-1 pitch is a fastball outside. 2 balls and a strike.
I only get paid for in the field, not in the dugout. Remember that. That's the truth. Come on.
That's also a rule.
That's my rule.
The windup in the pitch. Fastball outside, 3-1. What a night.
Yeah,
what a game.
That's 5 errors because Bobo's had 3, the pitcher had 1, and now an error on the catcher. So 5 errors.
3-1 pitch. Ouch!
And a hit batter.
Figueroa hit by a pitch. Second time he's been on base tonight. He reached on a single, advanced on an error on a pickoff throw, and scored back in the 3rd. And here is Willie Torres. And Torres grounded out to first in the 1st. Doubled, but was thrown out at 3rd in the 3rd. And grounded out to first in the 5th. Huh. Follow that one out.
Yeah. Did you get all that?
Turn, but no throw to first.
Nevertheless, Figueroa goes diving back.
Did you all follow along with that recap?
I believe so, yes.
I hope you did. Here's the pitch to Figueroa. It's inside, ball 1.
And we know that Torres has he has an RBI.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of unassisted putouts by the first baseman.
1 ball, no strikes to Torres. Nick Thrasher on deck. Fastball strike on the inside corner. And it'll leave in the count at 1-1.
It's the kind of game that if it goes the way it looks like it's going to go, you tend to like to forget it if you're Lowell.
Yeah, you want to get this one out of the bank.
Yeah.
Fastball low, runner takes off for second. Forget that. Stolen base for Figueroa.
He's got his first stolen base of the game.
2-1 the count to Torres. Thrasher on deck.
Interestingly, that's only the 3rd stolen base that.
And the pitch on the way is a strike. That'll leave in the count 2-2.
That Bishop Noll has in the game.
Figure that one out, folks.
Yeah, which surprises me because there've been more stolen bases by Lowell.
Yeah.
Go figure. Well, runners left in
indeed.
scoring position 10 through 5 innings.
Next one. Swinging a little looper over the shortstop's head into left field. That'll fall for a base hit. Torres reaches, and now out come the sticks. Torres is now 2 for 4 in the game with Figueroa hitting the 3rd.
The shortstop, Angel Figueroa. We've got a bunch of Figueroas in there.
Yes, we do.
Who replaced Zach Bobos this inning.
Who had a horrible night.
A tough night all the way around. Leaped up and just missed it. It was a nice attempt on that soft line drive.
And that'll bring Nick Thrasher to the plate, who was 1 for 3.
3 hits in the inning so far.
He reached on an error, did Thrasher in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, and flied out to center field in the 8th for his pitch outside, ball 1.
It's been the bottom and the top of the order that's done most of the damage in this game in terms of the runs scored and hits in situations.
And 2 runs are already home for the Warriors. The pitch, swinging a slash foul to the right. Doink! Off the facade of the upper deck here.
Number 9, the number 1 and number 2, number 9 and number 1 hitter both have scored 2 runs in the game, and then your 2 and 3 hitters have scored a run with more pending.
Runners at the corners, 1 out here in the 6th. Bishop Noll now leads 7-3.
We'll figure out that 3, by the way.
And they have more coming. The pitch. Bouncing ball headed to second. Great play. They're going to come home and save!
Not an automatic force out.
It is not. Got to apply the tag. Did not do it.
I would have gone to first, taking
Take the shore out.
And now the run scores either way, and you still have only 1 out.
Score that a fielder's choice for Thrasher.
Fielder's choice 4. And on the play going over to second is Willie Torres.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to
8-3 now in favor of the Warriors. They're trying to put this to bed immediately. Thrasher will come out.
Get a courtesy runner, Cesar Montemayor. Try saying that 10 times. Montemayor is how you pronounce it.
Oh, okay.
Not Montemayor.
It better not be Montemayor. Montemayor.
I see how you pronounce it.
That's the best I can come up with.
That's right. Me too. We'll both take blame for that one.
Yes.
3 more runs in the inning.
3 more runs in. And runners now at first and second for the Warriors. They now lead 8-3. The pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 1. This is deep trouble.
Well, you're trailing right now by 5, possibly 6 runs, depending on how they scored that.
Yeah, we still haven't
That's
figured that out.
why keeping it waving to us.
The pitch on the way. Swinging a bouncing ball headed to short. Shortstop flips to second 1. Return to first is in time. Boy, that'll get you out of a jam.
6-4-3.
6-4-3 around the horn. Double play brought to you by Subway of Gary. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is Bishop Noll 8 and Lowell 3. You're listening to the 12th annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire and Auto in Gary, Indiana. And folks, you're hearing it live on the Arena Sports Network.
At U.S. Tire and Automotive, you'll find passenger tires, performance tires, truck and SUV tires, and more from proven brands including Bridgestone, Firestone, and other leading industry names. Conveniently located in Gary, Indiana, and providing great service to customers in Gary, Griffith, Hammond, Munster, and Highland, Indiana, U.S. Tire and Automotive offers brake service, alignments, oil changes, shocks and struts, tune-ups, and other valuable services to get your car, truck, minivan, or SUV back on the road. Give us a call at 219-884-4600 or drop us an email at info@ustire-auto.com. Mention this ad and receive a 10% discount on auto work or ask about our tire specials. U.S. Tire and Auto, servicing Gary, Indiana and Northwest Indiana since 1991.
Well, my partner has disappeared for the moment. He's going to get a clarification on if it's 8-2 or 8-3. And in a moment, I think I'm going to have an answer, and Mark has an answer for me. Well, please tell me you have an answer.
Well, I believe that they ruled that one of the runs scored on an appeal that allowed one run to score. I believe that would have been in the case of, well, let's take a look and tell you who it would have been.
We'll figure it out later.
Yes, we'll try to figure it out later.
Logan Sheasley now stands in, and the first pitch low and outside for ball 1.
I think they credited a run to Chad Arnold in that inning where they scored what we thought was no runs, but it was a run.
I'll figure it out later.
Yes.
Next one's outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Bit of strange game all the way around.
Eloy Merero in his 3rd inning of work. The pitch. Fastball strike, and the count's 2-1. Into his 2nd full inning of work, I should say. Bishop Noll 2-5 coming into tonight. Lowell 2-3. And it's the Warriors with a 5-run lead. Swinging a smash foul up the third baseline into the Lowell bullpen. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Time's a wasting for the Red Devils.
Indeed.
And they've wasted so many scoring opportunities in this game.
Man, have they ever.
They've left
8-3 our score. A pitch is outside. Oh, my goodness.
Through the first 5 innings, each inning they left 2 runners on. Even though they scored 2, have scored 3 runs. Imagine if
here's a swing and a pop toward the right side and into the Noll dugout.
Imagine if a few of those ducks had come around, we'd have a different ball game.
You know what?
Momentum being one of the factors.
If the errors have not been committed, this would be no more than a 2-run game.
At best. The errors have really, really hurt them.
Next one's outside, ball 4. So Sheasley reaches for the first time tonight.
Yes, he does.
0 for 3 now with a walk. And here comes Darian Hornicle, who has walked twice. He has singled. He's driven in a pair. And he also has a stolen base to his credit. Turn and throw to first. Runner gets back. This has been I don't want to say it's been a strange game, but it's been a strange game.
It has.
And the pitch gets away all the way to the backstop. That's a wild pitch, just a bit outside. To second goes Sheasley, and Hornicle will try to keep the inning going. Score that a wild pitch.
I believe that's the first wild pitch one of their pitchers has thrown.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of hit by a pitch, but other than that,
not much. There's a bunt out in front of the plate, and it's a beauty. Milero throws to first in time, and they'll throw it back to third to check on Sheasley, who dives back. So score that sacrifice 1-3 as Sheasley heads to third, and Miles Seatontoff will step to the plate. And Mr. Seatontoff has been on twice. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd and singled in the 4th. He lined out to right in the 1st. And he bounces one up the middle and through for a base hit in the left center field. Sheasley scores, and the lead is now 8-4. So Seatontoff with his second hit of the night drives in a run, and it's an 8-4 ball game. This game is not over yet. And now we have a replacement at catcher, John Metzger. He takes the first pitch from Milero on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. 1 strike to count here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-4, our score. Next one's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The catcher came up ready to fire just in case Seatontoff got any ideas. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. A swing and a drive towards center field. Center fielder Chrysler got it. 2 down in the inning. So Metzger flies out. Seatontoff remains at first. And now Dan Garza, who came in at short for Bobos, who had a rough game. Boy, would he like to keep this inning going. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. The count's 0-1.
Yeah, tough night for Bobos. Tough night for their defense all the way around. You really can't just pin it on one player.
The 0-1 with the runner going. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. Not in time as Seatontoff walks into second base.
Wasn't the best throw by the catcher either.
No, it was not.
Almost looked like it might have slipped a little bit coming out of his hand the way the ball, the trajectory, kind of almost like a dump rather than a throw, if you will.
The 0-2 outside. Milero sets and fires. Outside again. And the count's now 2-1. 2 balls, a strike, 2 down in the 6th. The pitch outside, 3-1. Now this is getting really interesting.
Yeah, that's for sure.
3 balls, a strike, 2 down. Seatontoff at second base.
We've got a busy week coming up.
We do.
Hopefully the weather will be fairly cooperative as well.
I hope so.
So we've had a few games that have been rained out or snowed out or cold out. Combination of the 3.
And the 3-1 is outside. Ball 4.
Unplayable conditions. We've had that.
Yeah, we've had that. Garza now at first with a walk. And I believe we're going to have a change.
It looks like that's what they're talking about. Lowell is going to either reinsert somebody or... Yep, Jordan Hansen will come back. Hansen officially 0 for 2, struck out looking in the 2nd and flew out to right on that appeal in the 3rd. Chad Arnold batted for Hansen in the 5th and drew a walk. And the pitch outside, ball 1 to Hansen. Boy, Hansen would love to keep this inning going. A run home for the Red Devils. They trail 8-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch on the way is outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Hansen. This is getting real interesting real quick. 2-0 the count. The kick and the pitch. Swinging a drive towards center. Chrysler got a long way to go. He's not going to get there. Ball drops in front for a hit. Run scores, and it's 8-5. Well.
Chrysler had a long way to go at the crack of the bat. So Hansen drives in a run. On to second goes Garza. And Mitchell Finnegan now stands in. Well. This thing gets even more interesting. The pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. And Malero has suddenly run into trouble.
They haven't hit bullets either. They've just been out of the reach of the outfielders. And
a swing and a foul at the plate, and the count's even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 of which have just been out of the reach of the center fielder.
Oh, yeah.
In this inning. It's not necessarily how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it.
Next one. Inside, and the count is 2-1 to Finnegan. Reed Holdeman scheduled to hit next.
Finnegan's been on base twice with a single and a hit by pitch. He also struck out.
Next one, swung on and popped up. Second baseman going out. And he lost the ball in the lights, but able to make the catch. Hang a star on that. But that was trouble waiting to happen, but a great job at second by Anthony Cobb, hanging in there with it. And he made the catch. We go to the money frame, folks. The top of the 7th inning, and your score, Bishop Noll 8 and Lowell 5. We'll come back with the Woodforest Bank money frame. On the opposite side of this, you're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge, driven by U.S. Tire & Auto and Gary. You're hearing it live on the Arena Sports Network.
At Strack & Van Til, we just made saving on groceries even easier with our new building blocks of value. Just look for the new icons all around the store to find our weekly advertised specials, everyday smart buys, exclusive limited time offers, new lower prices, and even extra rewards. These bright, colorful icons are all about building honest, uncomplicated value, one block at a time, and giving you more ways to save every day. To learn more, visit ValueMeansMore.com today.
We're still trying to figure out where that third run came from, but as it stands, the official score is 8-5 in favor of the Bishop Noll Warriors as we head to the money frame, and it's brought to you by Wood Forest Bank. Wood Forest Bank in Michigan City. Reed Holdeman is now pitching. And Jeremy Sorowick now is in the game as well. Behind the plate. Well, this is either going to get interesting or it's going to end fast. We hit the top of the 7th inning. Pierce, Hickey, and Yarbrough scheduled to hit for the Bishop Noll Warriors. And Pierce is 0 for 3 on the night. Lined out to third, struck out looking in the 4th, reached on an error in the 5th. He lined out in the 1st. And Reed Holdeman kicks and fires a fastball inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count. From the chest high wind, the pitch. Fastball low, 2 balls, no strikes. NBA playoff scores, the Warriors defeated the Clippers 109-105. It was Brooklyn over Toronto 91-84. Fastball striking the inside corner, and the count is 2-1.
No, we weren't going entirely crazy. That was actually going all the way back to that appeal play in the 3rd inning. What happened was
fastball strike, and that'll even the count.
The appeal wasn't on the third baseman leaving, the runner from third leaving early. It was the runner from second leaving early. So they allowed the runner from, in that case, Hornicle to score from third, and it was the put out would have been the other runner at second, Siedenthoff. If that makes any sense. It makes more sense to me now because it didn't make anything from the last inning.
All right, so that run counts.
That run did count.
Now we understand where the 5th run is.
Yes.
Confused
the life out of us.
Man. Next one. Bounces away.
There wasn't a clarification until 3 innings later.
No, there wasn't.
Okay, so
I need to borrow your corrected tape.
Yes, I know.
I don't know why.
I'm doing the same thing.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Pierce. Here in the Wood Forest money frame.
We have to let it dry first, of course.
From the windup, the payoff. A swing and a drive toward left center field, and the left fielder is there. He makes the catch. 1 down in the 7th. And here is Spencer Hickey. So the run. So let's clarify for the fans. The run that Hornicle scored from third does count
from the in the 3rd inning.
In the 3rd inning, we're going back to the 3rd. Hornicle's run does count. The putout was made at 3rd with Siedenthoff.
Right. Actually, we made it 2nd.
At 2nd,
because they both tagged up, so it was at 2nd where he got with Siedenthoff. Okay.
So there was a runner leaving early. We just got the wrong one.
Well, yeah.
Ay. From the windup, the pitch.
You don't usually see that kind of appeal go that way.
No, you don't.
That was what really threw everybody off.
I thought they were taking a run off the board. That's kind of why I thought they threw the third base.
Well, the home plate umpire ruled that the run had scored. We didn't see that part.
Yeah, that part we did
during the appeal.
Next one. Swinging a pop-up right side. First baseman going into foul territory. Hansen got it. 2 down. 2 down in the inning, and Jalen Yarbrough, who singled and scored last inning, now steps to the plate. 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Bishop Noll. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 4 errors for the Lowell Red Devils.
That's 5 errors.
5 errors. You have 5, they have 4. I trust you. 5 errors.
Yeah, I've got 5 errors.
Here's the pitch to Yarbrough. Bunt up the third base line. This is trouble. Third baseman up quickly. He throws, and he threw it away as Hansen couldn't scoop it up.
Second baseman was backing him up, or that would have been real trouble because the base runner would have been able to make it to second.
And I'm going to score that an infield hit.
Yeah.
Because that would have been tough to throw him out. So Yarbrough is now 3 for 4 in the game with a bunt single. And now we're back to the top of the order and Larry Chrysler. And Chrysler has had a tough go of it. No, he hasn't. He's 2 for 4. 2 runs scored plus a run batted in. Holdeman out of the stretch. And Yarbrough takes off. Fastball outside, ball one. Throw to second, not in time. Wide.
Well, we've been saying all along when he after his first at bat, if he would get on base, he would be stealing bases, and that's what he's done.
So, Yarbrough stands at second as Holdeman comes home. Swinging a line drive, base hit in the right field. Yarbrough got a late start around third. He is going to come, and he's going to score easily. Chrysler for second. Safe there. 9-5 in favor of the Warriors.
Big insurance run right there.
Yarbrough has scored 3 runs tonight. As you said, bottom of the order.
Yeah, from the number 9 position.
And the last 3 times he's gotten on base, all 3 times he's come home.
Speed kills.
Yes, indeed. Holdeman looks at second, takes a peek at Chrysler, and comes home instead. Fastball inside to Cobb, ball one. One ball, no strikes, 2 down. And I think the first 2 men were out easily here in this inning.
That's right.
Out of the stretch is Holdeman. He glances at second and comes home to Cobb. It's a fastball upstairs and outside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 down. Top of the money frame, 7th inning. Out of the stretch. And the pitch. Bouncing ball to third. Third baseman up with it, takes his time and throws. Got him, inning over.
Well, he's got a nice arm at third.
That he does. But an insurance run comes home, and our insurance run tonight brought to you by American Family Insurance of Maryville, Indiana. We go to the bottom of the money frame. Your score, Bishop Noll 9 and Lowell 5. Can Lowell get one more rally together? We'll find out. You're listening to the 12th Annual Railcats High School Baseball Challenge. You're hearing it live on the Arena Sports Network.
Have you heard the good news about a company that started 4 years ago and worked at a relentless pace based entirely upon one simple premise? Have you heard the good news about a place you can go to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved? Have you heard the good news that you yourself can share stories about this same theme to others in your community? That place is LaPorteCountyLife.com. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can celebrate a company that had a crazy dream based on a belief that positive breeds positive and that people want to read, hear, and watch stuff about good people. At LaPorteCountyLife.com, you can go to a place to enjoy positive, community-oriented information about the town, city, or region that you live in and the people involved. Want to see more? Want to read more? Want to hear more? Then go to LaPorteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news?
Money Frame continues, presented by Wood Forest Bank of Michigan City. And a new pitcher now for the Bishop Noll Warriors as they will try to close out a win. They lead 9-5 going here into the bottom of the 7th inning. Yeah, try and read that one.
Yes, that's right. No, those are called nighttime announcer nightmare numbers. Yeah.
Yes.
Just don't think. Don't put light on light.
No,
that doesn't work. Unless you outline it with dark.
Reed Holdeman.
It's not like we're doing
it's not
fashion show. But
what do you always tell me? It's not rocket science. Reed Holdeman takes a strike as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning.
Gordon Tech, or if they're going to be called DePaul Academy, is much the same situation.
9 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Bishop Noll. Swinging a doink! A foul ball off the facade up here. 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Bishop Noll. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 5 errors for the Red Devils of Lowell. Next one, fastball high, and it's 1-2. Approaching 10 p.m., or a quarter of 10, Central Daylight Time. Next one. Fastball outside. That'll leave him the count at 2-2.
Now, here's where I say there's 5 errors. 3 errors on the shortstop, an error on the catcher, and an error on the pitcher on a pickup.
There you go.
Right. Should be 5 errors.
2-2, swung on and driven toward right. Right fielder didn't have to move. Now he comes in, jogs in a couple of steps. Takes care of Holdeman, one down in the money frame.
Well, it's been fun. We've done 5 games in this Railcats Challenge. Brian went solo the first game with Calumet and Hammond Academy. It turned out to be a pretty good ball game.
It was a well-pitched game.
And then the Twin Bills that we did back on the 11th with Portage and Hammond Clark, Lafayette Central Catholic and John Adams.
First pitch outside, ball 1.
And then tonight, the first game, Victory Christian and Hammond Gavitt. And here with Lowell and Bishop Noll.
Chandler Cardenas stands to get the win. His next pitch is a strike that'll even the count 1-1.
It's really become a home away from home for us in a lot of ways.
Yes, it has.
As we've done the last 3 years, upwards of 15-plus games. Maybe closer to 20, as a matter of fact, I think.
And covered quite a few more.
Yeah.
Fastball high and tight, 3-1.
Well, your coverage of the Railcats as well.
And then there was Kent State.
Well, that's the NCAA tournament. That's right. The marathon 22-inning, 6-hour.
3-1's out. Oh, a strike, and its count goes full 3-2. Wow.
That was the spark for Kent State to go all the way to the College World Series.
Yes, and they did just that, defeating the favorite to win it, LSU.
That's right.
In Baton Rouge.
Yeah, that was amazing.
In Baton Rouge. That was incredible. From the chest time wind, the payoff. That's ball 4. And Josh Arnold.
Well,
let's see.
He hasn't
4 times.
He hasn't taken his bat off his shoulders, basically.
He's batted 4 times. He's walked 4 times, so he doesn't have an official at bat, but he's got a run scored. How about that?
And a stolen base. Yeah.
And a stolen base. Logan Sheasley now standing.
That's talk about patience, my Lord.
Logan Sheasley 0 for 3 with a walk. The pitch, fastball high, ball 1.
The only critique would be the head coach saying, "Hey, you didn't drive in any runs."
Exactly,
kid.
But you scored 1.
You got on base all 4 times.
You gotta take what you can get. Next
Really?
one's a strike that'll even the count 1-1.
In terms of effective players, Darian Hornicle has been very effective.
Yes,
on base 3 times.
1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Yeah, like you said, boy, talk about patience.
1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. The next one's outside. It's 2-1.
And you love seeing that from your number 9 hitter.
You do.
And
yes.
the number 9 hitters have done a great job tonight.
Both sides.
Both sides. That's what I say.
2 balls, a strike, 1 down with a runner at second. The 2-1. Called strike on the outside corner. That'll even the count 2-2.
Are you doing some maintenance as we speak?
Yep.
Housekeeping, is that what it is?
Something like that.
Are you trying to say we're going to leave quickly and we don't want to get the lights turned off on us?
The 2-2 pitch is popped up on the infield. Second baseman coming in. Makes the catch. 2 down.
And I got to say kudos to the second baseman for Bishop Noll. I mean,
yes.
Spencer Hickey's played a great game at second base. He's really almost been like, it almost feels like he's been like the captain out there tonight. In so many different ways.
Darian Hornicle represents the last hope.
He's a fine-looking defensive ball player.
Darian Hornicle represents the final hope for the Red Devils. Great job by Anthony Cobb at second base tonight for Bishop Noll. The pitch. Fastball up, ball 1.
Now, Hornicle's walked twice. He drove in 2 runs with a base hit. Also sacrificed a runner over that wound up coming around to score. So he's done a good job. And also throwing a couple stolen bases as well.
Next one, fastball high and tight, 2-0.
Can't really ask much more from your number 2 hitter.
Sure can't. 2-0 the count, 2 down. Arnold at first. He drew a walk, a 1-out walk. The 2-0. Fastball striking the outside corner, 2-1.
Arnold. The Governator.
Mm-hmm. 2 balls, a strike. The pitch. Fastball outside. 3-1. Wow.
He was taking all the way. Didn't even take the bat off his shoulders.
No.
And that was a close one.
That it was. 3 balls, a strike. The pitch. Strike right down the middle. The count's full 3-2, and the Red Devils are down to their final strike.
We've had 2 entertaining ball games today.
And we have the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. So the inning continues. 2 walks in the inning. Holy cow. Miles Seatontoff now stands in.
11 walks that have been given up by Bishop Noll pitching.
And 10 left on base for Lowell tonight.
It has. It's been a very strange game.
Mm-hmm.
Entertaining, mind you, and I'm not being critical. But it's been a different one to watch and to certainly describe for you. Especially after they make
and Noel has left 9 on base. First pitch to Seatontoff is outside for ball 1.
It's one of those games that could be a much higher scoring game than it already is. I mean, 8-5 is not exactly a pitching duel.
Next one, outside, 2-0.
And he just held up on the swing.
Ay.
Seatontoff was thinking about it, but he was fortunately able to hold up.
2-0 pitch, bouncing ball to short. He flips to second, and this ball game is over. Well, a fielder's choice ends the game and ends the threat for the Red Devils.
And every single inning, they left 2 men on. 7 innings, they leave a total of 14 runners on base. That's amazing.
Wow. Your final score: Bishop Noll 9 and Lowell 5. Final totals on the board look this way. For the Warriors of Bishop Noll, 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 9 left on base. And for the Red Devils, 5 runs, 8 hits, 5 errors, 14 left on base. Cardenas gets the win. And Mark, it has been a pleasure, my friend.
Well, it's been a pleasure working this Railcats Challenge for the 3rd year in a row. We can't say enough about the folks here that run this beautiful ballpark, this terrific franchise. I can't say enough, and I'm going to tell you something. Gary's got a knock against it, and for a number of good reasons, let's say. Mm-hmm. But by the same token, it also has an image that may not entirely be accurate. One of which is when you come into downtown Gary to a Gary daytime or nighttime to a Railcats Challenge game, it may be one of the safest places in the Midwest, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very well patrolled and everything, well lit and everything. They do a great job here. Come on out. Support the Railcats, especially if you are in the Northwest Indiana area and Lake and Porter counties. These folks deserve it. This franchise deserves it. This town deserves it in so many ways because of all the struggles they've gone through. So we can't say enough about the Railcats and the wonderful job they do, not only as a franchise in minor league baseball, but with this wonderful Railcats Challenge that they've been hosting for all but their first year of existence, 12 years in a row.
Well, that'll do it for our coverage of the 2014 Railcats High School Baseball Challenge. We thank you for joining us, and we thank you for joining us on the Arena Sports Network. Your final here in our final broadcast from Gary, Bishop Noll 9 and Lowell 5. Again, your totals: 9-12-0 with 9 left on base for Bishop Noll, 5-8-5 with 14 left on base for the Red Devils of Lowell. For my partner Mark Farina, it's been an absolute pleasure, and for everyone that's helped us out, my name is Brian Snow. We hope that you enjoyed it as we enjoyed bringing it to y'all. We will talk to you soon with more baseball here on the Arena Sports Network. For now, we say good night, God bless, and remember to make your next move your best move. So long, everybody.